Very excited to welcome you today to the Big Summer Warhammer preview. My name is Adam Troke. I'm joined
what do you
by
think
my
they're going to have,
colleague,
chat?
Eddie Eccles,
Also, if they do
to host this show.
Yeah, very exciting. We have a big preview today.
There's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of Warhammer.
If they do anything about,
all sorts of
if they
different
do
settings,
anything,
from
if they
Age of Sigmar, some Horus Heresy in the mix there
Chorfs
as well.
and Sporfs. If they do any Votan, I need you all to get into the official
let's
chats.
talk about how it's going to work
and
a
spam
little bit. If you're
Sporfs.
new, maybe this is your first Warhammer preview you've joined in. We are your hosts, but we are not alone. We have the excellent Simon Grant sat over there in Question Corner.
I'm also trying
Simon,
to eat.
what are you doing today?
Hey folks, so welcome to the show. I'm going to be fielding questions on behalf of Eddie and Adam. So if you do have any questions that you'd like to ask them, please start your question with question in big letters, capital letters at the start of all your comments, and I will do my best to track them, and hopefully we'll get an opportunity later on in the show to ask Eddie and Adam those questions.
Perfect, thanks Simon. We're going to be taking some breaks throughout the sort of proceedings to try and field a few of those questions. We have a lot of content to cover off. We think we're going to be here for between an hour and 90 minutes if we go fast. So bear with us and we'll do our best. We're aware the chat is still filling up. There's people flooding in from around the world. So the first thing I'd like to do is throw a question out there, maybe get you involved, which is let us know where in the world you're from. I do it every time and I always enjoy the answer. And while you start punching in your coordinates, not too specific, I've got a question for you, Eddie. Done any hobby lately?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Adam. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of
How do you get your quaver to stop stuff?
You said you were going to.
I did, and I did.
You mean like the quaver is in like the snap?
More sprayed up. And I've started creating a
crisp.
jet bike, but using some of the Horus Heresy transfers on the side, so it looks very nice.
Awesome.
Looking forward to getting some of those done. I've also got some Space Wolves. I bought the new Space Wolf box. Like a lot of people, very excited by the new Space Wolf army as well.
Presenter is a furry confirmed, chat.
Box.
Presenter is a furry confirmed.
That particular box.
Oh, the rhythm game.
Well,
I don't
I'm
know.
glad you asked. The short answer is
I'm not very good at
bought
rhythm
myself
games.
A new kill team.
Catnifson. Hey, Phantom.
Yesterday, and I'm going to have a crack at that.
I haven't. I need to post to Discord and all the social medias that I'm live.
Oh, it's only went to the Throne of Skulls with my good friend Damien O'Byrne, and we brought home a gold medal, which was super fun to play so many games of the Middle-earth strategy battle game together with so many lovely. Huge shout out! I met a.
Oh, that looks so cool! Holy shit!
To join in from the US.
I want to. Hey, Nurgle, how you doing?
Around.
I want to do
an unexpected journey.
Hey, Joni.
Tremendous.
Just
so
in the PC.
Tune in, wherever you are.
Oh, maybe. When was the last time you cleaned your
My
PC?
opponents who played and then thought I wasn't such a horrible person to play against. Always nice. So, Si, where are people from?
Oh, all over the place. It's wonderful. So we've got folks from Australia, Canada, USA, Spain, pretty much all over the globe. Someone's claiming they're even from Caliban. I'm not sure the truth of that one.
Only the very best among us could possibly come from such an estimable place. Awesome. Right. So, as I said before, we've got about 90 minutes worth of like wall-to-wall Warhammer content in this big summer Warhammer preview. We should probably look to begin.
Yeah, let's get stuck in, shall we?
Right, so, Raph, punch the first video.
So just before we go in, the new
Oh,
guy,
God.
he's a little bit peculiar, but just bear with, okay?
Okay, cool.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's cool as fuck. Oh my god, Sporfs! Sporfs! Oh my god, chat. It's the actual Sporfs. Holy shit. They look cool.
Just two little dudes on a road trip.
Sporfs!
What an incredible set of reveals for the Leagues of Votan.
Yeah, so this is the largest release for the Leagues of Votan since the initial release of the army. This is a huge expansion, all in plastic for that force. There is new heavy infantry, there's some new artillery, there's loads of new really characterful characters to add to the army, there's some new vehicles, all sorts of stuff. So there's the kind of shot of the full army there, but let's take a closer look.
Are those Men of
at
Iron?
the specific models, specific units to be added in.
Are those Men of Iron? They look cool as fuck.
So the Arcanist Evaluator.
Yeah, so within the Leagues of Votan, they're not afraid of developing technology and expanding their understanding. And so an Arcanist Evaluator is kind of, aside from the ordinary kin within sort of the war bands that operate, he's a member of the science guilds that are responsible for new technologies, and he brings to battle an experimental weapon in the sort of closing phases of development. This is a transmatter inverter.
I can't
It's a cool
believe it,
name.
chat.
Yeah, it's got
We
4 fire
sporfs.
modes, and on the highest
I want to
one,
make
it
sporfs a
literally triggers,
thing.
lethal atomic transformation.
How hard do you
What
think
that
it's going to
means
be to get the
is
entire Warhammer
Yeah,
community
so
to call them
he's taken out
sporfs,
his
chat?
new experimental
need
weapon,
it.
basically,
I need
for the
it.
battlefield,
It's gonna
To see
happen.
if it is, as he
We're gonna
suspects,
do it.
powerful enough to melt Space Marines, tanks, or Tyranid monsters, whatever he happens to come up against.
pretty much yes to the
Pretty
above.
much yes to all of the above. He's not part of the official sort of Leagues of Votan military hierarchy, so he doesn't join your units necessarily, but he kind of hangs around in your army next to them, and he's got kind of lone operative ability if he's near your infantry, that sort of thing. But a very useful, characterful little model
He
to add
looks,
into your Leagues of Votan force.
kinda silly,
And a
I won't
nice way
lie.
of kind of showing the
Like,
some of
look at
the
this
kind of lore and
Hihachi,
culture of the
Hihachi
army as well,
looking
because it's Votan.
motherfucker.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
He's a
bit
Hihachi
behind
with a
the
ray
scenes of
gun.
the
That's
show,
who
and
he
you can
is.
see some really
Oh,
cool
that's from the Warhammer
visual
preview
things like
thing.
He's got these optics on his.
Dr.
you can
Eggman's.
almost imagine
Yeah.
Recording.
He is the
data
love
and
child of
the
Hihachi
results.
from
That's a very cool
Tekken
head as well, kind of
and
matched
Dr.
head style
Eggman.
to it.
That's who he
Yeah, and If
is.
you wanted to, there's a separate, a different head that you can have, which is helmeted, or if you just fancy some health and safety protocols, then
Absolutely.
that's the way to go. Next up, my absolute standout favourite. This is the thing that made me march into Warhammer World yesterday and buy some Leagues of Votan models for myself. The Memnir Strategist. He is an Ironkin. Those of you who are fans of the League of Votan will understand that the Ironkin are
Abominable intelligences.
well, not in their mind,
Lol.
but they're artificial.
They actually are
intelligence is
legit
complete.
men of iron. Holy
They
shit.
hold an equal position within Votan society. There's a C.
The meme near, can shit post at light speed.
And that's
You need
sort
that
of
head
within
for a
that
custom
iron
psycho.
dome that he
Understandable.
has. The first
I love
really
the
cool thing about
faceless,
this model
like
is that
faceless
you see the
helmets.
little newly
That's always
things,
really cool in
on,
my book.
in the Imperium, you call them
I know I'm meant to be
mechadendrites,
painting while we're
these,
doing this.
cables that come out of him. Each of
I need
those
to
is an
I need to
additional
post to
C unit. So he is
things.
the combined intelligence of multiple Ironkin, essentially, and he uses that to enormous effect in terms of strategy and tactics on the battlefield, directing the efforts of the kin around him. It keys into a rule as well, which is known as yield points, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. And most importantly, he looks amazing.
It's a very, very cool miniature, isn't it? Really characterful. I think also got some spare arms on the front there, which is holding on to
bonus
his
arms.
holding onto his little data pad. He's tapping away on there, giving orders to all the various
Okay, I need
kin and these are
to
Votan units across
post
the battlefield.
some
And his
blah,
main
blah,
pair of
blah, blah,
arms
blah.
he's used to sort of hold in his contemplative state, which is the exact pose that I have when I'm considering my movement phase in Warhammer
Exactly.
40,000.
Lol.
And if you want to dazzle your friends with some knowledge,
Oh god,
the
oh no.
array he's got on his back is called a cognitar mantle, and that's where he gets like his extra brain power from. Really sensational. Speaking of
Literal
Ironkin,
brains.
these are a new unit of
Do you think-
Ironkin. They are called the Steeljacks. 2 types of
Do you
male
think
in their name.
Cole would be
Eddie,
jealous of
what's
how
the
many
story?
extra
so
brains
this is
this
the
guy
Ironkin Steeljacks.
has?
They are a specialist war, kind of more warrior type of Ironkin. A lot of the Ironkin are fairly sort of helpful. They're kind of
they
default
fill normal
yeah,
civilian roles in society.
Default state is a sort of friendly, affable helpers for the Leagues of Votan for the kin. These are a much more warlike programming, so they march out actively into battle, seeking conflict. They are in very large suits of armor, so they stand kind of almost twice the height of a kin or a League of Votan warrior.
I really like
and
this
they are
though.
some pretty decent weaponry as
I
well. You
feel
can kit
like
them out in a variety
I
of different
don't
ways,
know.
either
There's
your,
something about them. I
combat
feel like the
leaning, this is an
legs should be
example
chunkier.
where you can have like
I
concussion
just feel like
fists
they're
and,
very
a
wide in the
bolt gun, or
chest,
you can go
but
with a
like it
ranged
doesn't match the
option.
rest of their
In game
frame.
terms, they work a little bit like.
But I
Ghost
really
Rider,
like
I suppose,
them.
is
They
the
look
closest
very
approximate,
cool.
So very durable unit.
But do you get what I mean? Men of
quite
Iron
powerful
Space Marines,
weaponry, very
literally
good
men
for
of
doing
Iron
things
Space
like
Marines.
moving on to an objective and trying to hold on to it.
God, the
and
Imperium would be
fighting off
fucked if they
enemy
went
counterattacks, that
to
sort of
war
thing.
with the
I mean,
leagues.
in real terms,
I don't
heavily
think they could
armed,
handle
heavily
it.
armoured,
What do you think,
extremely
chat?
Dangerous unit. You can see the leader in the squad.
Actual Doomslayer, Robot Doomslayer, chat. Robot Doomslayer is in the house. That's what the fucking Votan get. Robot Doomslayer.
Great.
Who
unit
else gets
considering,
that?
The Leagues of Votan army,
I
fair
want
to
fucking
say.
Doomslayer
We're not
Marine.
done. There's more. The Chthonian Earthshaker channels some really strong.
Also,
energy
you know
from
that
that
it's,
sort of
they
rogue
have a lot of
version the
references to
Mole Mortis
Chthonian.
squad
Very well,
armies.
yeah.
Like, is Chthonian the
So,
homeworld of the
these are
fucking
sort of inverse
sports?
artillery in that rather than lobbing
Is
a
that
shot
the
high above the enemy,
lore?
they fire those mole shells that you can see down at the bottom deep into the ground. They burrow in on the enemy and emerge in a trench line, in a bunker, and just blow everyone to kingdom come.
Each one of these is a really lovely sort of diorama in their own right as well. So you can see
I do
kin
actually
there
quite
working with
like
the Iron Kin,
these.
loading up the.
I don't know if
artillery.
I'd ever
You
play
can
the
see one
Leagues
them
of
there with his little
Votan.
scanner,
I don't know if I'd
almost
play the sports,
directing
you know?
the mole as it kind of buries underground towards the enemy.
There's a bit of me that
fortification.
thinks, yeah.
Obviously, it's a powerful piece.
Yeah, I
in
could do
game.
that.
You've got all sorts of.
They are a
nice
different
kind of ways
aesthetic.
this will bolster your.
I feel like
League
I'd just
forces.
make
At
them
the
look like
moment, maybe doesn't have
StarCraft
a huge amount
Marines,
of very
though,
long range,
which I think
artillery,
might also be really done to
yeah, I
death.
think it's a great kit, really.
Awesome. Speaking of the bigger models that are inside this launch,
Mole
we have
drill
the
battery.
Capricus.
I'm kind of
So
here
the
for it.
Capricus is one of those kits that makes two things. You can see here the Capricus Defender. We'll show you the Capricus Carrier in a minute. Essentially, it is either a sort of attack vehicle for the Hernkin, or it's a transport vehicle. They've got.
I have
so this is
posted to all the
is the
social
Carrier, So it's a
medias.
smaller gun. It's got
I am
less
I am
other
pinging
weapons on it.
to
You can see the
Discord
stowage
for all the
bag,
people
crew
who
guys
haven't
on
already gotten the
Whichever
initial
you take,
ping.
Essentially, this is enabling your Hernkin to get around from A to B and hold the ground that they're taking.
This is
Yeah,
so
it adds
last
a bit
minute
of
and stuff,
mobility
chat.
into your Leagues
Like,
of
I
Votan
literally
force.
had set up
It's
on
carries
stream
5
while I
models,
was
so it works
live.
a little bit like.
Also,
the
usually these
other
streams
kind
are
of Leagues
late.
of Votan transports
Like, they're
where
always just
you
a
pick
little
one
bit
of your
late.
units,
So it's
you
weird
split
how I'm
into
glad I was
two
able to
groups of
get here on
5 of them
time,
can
because
ride around
usually
in one of these. If you've got
today
two
is like the
transports,
one
you can obviously ride
time
around in 2 of the transports.
they've been on time
And as
in a
you say,
little
Adam, you
while.
can choose between either having the transport option, or you can just have all the guns and have a fast-moving fire support unit.
Yeah, for me, this is stunning. This is what makes
I also
me
like
chuffed
their
with
grav
the
tanks.
Warhammer
I think
Rockets.
they're
There's
their
some
grav
really lovely
vehicles. I
little
think they
touches
look
on
very
this.
cool.
The stowage bags are really nice at the back. I like that you can build this with 2 Ironkin as well. So if you want
Yes,
an Ironkin
yeah.
pilot and an Ironkin gunner, you can build them like that. Fans
I
of
think
Ironkin
I'd like
generally,
to just
there is a
have
lot of
everyone
Ironkin
be
in
Done
this
quite well
Ironkin.
Leagues
this
of
week,
Votan
yeah,
release.
absolutely so.
Do you not think that'd be cool, chat? Just
There's
nothing but Men of
also a
Iron.
new combat patrol for the Leagues of Votan on the way. We're all familiar with combat patrols if we're familiar with Warhammer 40,000. If you're new, let me explain what they do. It's a fantastic way to start an army.
It's because you're
or to bolster an army if
watching
you've
for
already
once.
got one.
Lol,
This one really
nice.
focuses
We
on
are
those
blessed
sort of
by the
thin
foamy.
bands that make
Okay,
the
I can
army fair.
actually
Of course,
eat
you've got
dinner
gunners in
now.
the
Holy
background,
shit.
the half, guard in the middle. It's just wonderful ingredients to bulk out a force.
Yeah, there's some really useful units in there as well. Like, you don't tend to see a League of Votan army that doesn't have all of those units
Yeah,
in.
there's no wastage there.
So
right?
it's all good stuff. A couple of boxes of these, and then a couple of the new units, and you've got an army
You're
basically.
away. Yeah, absolutely so. Now, on to, for many people's opinion, I
Oh, who
expect
the
main
fuck is
event of this
that?
Release. This is Bury Agneson. Eddie?
So Bury Agneson is the last survivor of a Leagues of Votan clan, which has been consumed by the encroaching Tyrannid menace. He is known as the Thrice Devoured. A Tyrannid monster has actually eaten this guy, but that wasn't enough to keep him down. He clawed his way out of its gullet, climbed his way back out to safety 3 times, apparently,
Yep.
and now goes across the galaxy, across the kin warbands as a roving Tyrannid killing specialist.
Yeah,
effectively.
absolutely. He's in terms of specialist, he is an absolutely elite combat unit.
That's very
he's
cool.
Equipped with that Dark Star glaive, which you see there, which is called Bane. He's pure violence in melee form.
I
I'm
think you're going to
eating.
get a lot of this guy in armies because his rules are very good. He is got a great
Rules
combat
don't mean
stat
shit
line,
if he's
but,
not
he's also a lone operative,
pointed
so you can imagine this
costed
guy
correctly,
advancing
though.
either on his own or alongside, kind of behind your forces, and swooping in on the big enemy monsters and stuff that get forward to threaten your battle line.
Yeah, and his lore really comes into it. So he's a member of, well, he's the only member now of an organisation called the Emberg Aegir Bloc, which is one of the Leagues of Votan. Literally wiped out down to the very last kin, which is this guy. And so he's so bitter, his whole life is devoted now to just hunting down the Tyrannid menace. and
Wait,
supporting
hang on. Is this
other
guy?
leagues
You know
to
how
stop the
they
same
there was
thing
that
happening?
squat
And you see
world
that played
like
out on his model.
little
He's got
conclave that
this
got
sort of belt
fucking
buckle, which
eaten by the
very much
Tyranids.
looks like he's sort of tainted.
Is that
some,
this guy's
affectations
people?
from the Tyranids. He's got what looks like, we've been having quite a discussion about this, a Tyrannid Prime sort of cadaver.
I think it's a
over his
Tyrannid
head.
Prime that he's got over the top of his head.
Yeah.
There's,
It's a bit
there's
big
nice
for a
little nod in
Tyrannid
this one as
Prime,
well
though.
to, there's like the
I
idea
think
at
it's
some
the
point that
old
the
Hive
Squats were
Tyrant.
eaten by the
Like the
Tyranids.
old
Yeah,
Hive
absolutely.
Tyrant.
And
this
That's what
guy
it looks
kind of
like
goes,
to
well,
me.
yeah, they were eaten by the Tyranids, but also they clawed their way out again. So there is a
Absolutely.
little bit of truth to that sort of that outdated understanding maybe of what happened to that faction.
Fantastic. And all this obviously will be supported with Codex Leagues of Votan, an all new Codex for Warhammer 40,000, which contains, I've had quite a while to read this week. It's just full of spankingly good lore. It's got great rules and art. It explains all of the new things, obviously. In terms
I
of
really
rules,
like that art,
there's
chat.
too much to
Do you
go
not
into in
think
any
the way
real
it frames
detail
the main
here,
character
but I
is
think
really
the cover
good?
would be those yield points, which is the sort of army-wide mechanic which underpins them.
Absolutely, yeah. So yield points effectively changes the way your army works over the course of the game, and it works in the way that the Leagues of Votann approach acquisition effectively. So early on in the game, when you haven't got very many yield points, you getting bonuses for attacking enemy units on objectives for the most part across your army. And then later on, once you've acquired yield points, you get bonuses for having your own units on objectives. So they get better at defending them, better bonuses for their own defense.
I'm not
that
sure
sort of
they've
thing.
thought that
So
far
it
ahead.
encourages
Maybe
you
they
to
have.
play
Maybe
in
they
that
have.
very sort of
I like to give people the benefit of the
acquisition-focused way
doubt.
that the Leagues of Votann
Yeah.
work.
And it's a really great mechanic, right? Because it's exactly how you win games of Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah.
Early on, you kick people off objectives. Later on, you hold
Well-
on to the objectives. So
And
it's
some of the new
powerful.
units that we've shown and some of the units that already exist in the Votann army now have rules that key into that. For example, the Memnir Strategist just lets you increase or
bean
decrease your
and a
your yield
ploosh.
score by 1 each turn.
Yeah.
So really sort of thoughtfully put in so that this guy who's overseeing the total sort of tactical function of your army can just go nudge and help you out.
Yeah.
We should show some of the models.
Let's do it, yeah.
So we've got some in front of us. We're very lucky to be allowed to put our paws on the heavy metal miniatures. So there'll be a bit of sort of scale comparison.
They're just
here,
little
but, you can see
guys.
this is the Arcanist, and then you've got the Memnir. They're like normal Votann sized. So any kin is about the same sort of proportion as those. And here you can see just how sort of much bigger the Steeljacks are. I think your comparison, Eddie, that you made to compare them to Wraithguard is really quite fair.
Yeah, they're about
actually.
the same size as a Wraithguard. It's kind
Yeah,
of in
no,
that
I can see
ballpark
that.
of,
I can
kind of
see
medium
that.
Heavy infantry. This is the new
I also
artillery
really like
piece.
Wraithguard, I'll be
It's
honest.
maybe
I
not
think that they're one
as
of the
big as
coolest
something like an Imperial Guard tank or
units
something like that.
that
but
the Eldar get.
compact, mobile, that sort of thing, fitting in with the aesthetic of the rest of the Leagues of Votann. You can sort of imagine it starting life as a piece of mining equipment, and they've sort of evolved it into a weapon.
Okay.
You can definitely see sort of some of those origins. I just want to draw some attention to some of the super cool bits on it. This guy here, you can see over his shoulder, he's got like a data slate. You've got this sort of, I don't know, like loading hatch. That
Those are
you can model
minis.
open
I
or
mean, they are
closed.
dwarves.
On
You shouldn't
this
make
side,
short
you've got the
jokes
case,
about
which has more of
dwarves,
the
you know?
shells. You get spare shells
Blah.
on their own bases. It's just a really thoughtfully
kid.
designed and very
kid.
exciting kit. So we should show more though, because this is
This is
by
the
no
sound of
means
ketchup
the
if you
end
can
of
hear
it.
it.
Absolutely,
I don't know
we've
if you
got
can
the
or not.
Capricus here, so just make some space on the table so we can have a look at this guy. So this is your new.
Am I slowly falling off the... Oh.
Your new vehicle. This is the Defender pattern, which is the gun version. And as you can see there, there's a little bit of space, not quite enough space for transport on this one.
See,
but there
this
is one which is a
feels... It
transport
feels
vehicle.
so
I really
like...
the Ironkin on this is actually.
He's got like a
quite-
tiny little.
I want to
quite
use the
small, yeah,
term
'cause they wouldn't fit
brutalist.
a full-sized.
Like, it's got that kind of
kin in
like...
there, so they've given
sort
him a
of
little tiny Ironkin, actually perfect design
modern
for the role.
Bungie kind of
Absolutely.
aesthetic.
And I guess the star of the show.
You know what I
himself in many
mean?
ways.
That's how they...
The thrice devoured
You're
there.
okay with anyone
so,
Bushy showing?
it's still kind of kin-sized, but you can have a look on this model here that so much of him is now bionic, right? So he's been chewed up and
Bionic fingers that do it. for
yeah,
me.
chewed up
Really
and
cool.
spat out so many times that like his arm.
Wait, were
his
there
arms, most
multiple
of his face,
things? I
perhaps,
can't
a
even
kind of
see my
unspecified
redeem
amount of
queue.
his body has probably been dissolved by horrible
me have a
turgid bioacid in their stomach and things, but he's still kicking. And it also shows how durable the kin are, right? So they're specially designed by their Votann to be.
I've never actually done
durable
a
to
stream
endure
like
kind of
this
the most
now that I think
hostile
about
conditions,
it.
and
Like
he's
a
a good
proper little
example of how
watch
that
party
kind of
kind of
manifested.
on
Yeah, it's really
stream.
cool, isn't it? So
I don't quite know how
I
to
think
make
we've
it
covered
work,
the
in
league
all
pretty
honesty.
thoroughly, right?
Yeah.
Before we move on, we're going to go to the old world next. A couple of sort of
Ooh!
housekeeping bits. The first one would be we're going to return to the 41st millennium at the end of the preview. So particularly if you like Kill Team, but also there's some other things for other factions as well. Do hang around if you like Warhammer 40,000. The other thing I would say is that lots of the people who mentioned that they were joining us from around the world.
I fucking
you
love
can
Old
interact with our
World.
social teams. We have sort of international social teams. that
Chaos
manage
Dwarves for
our-
Old
our
World?
various sort of social media places. Here they are. If you want to sort of get involved in the conversation in the language which suits you, go knock yourself out. They're really lovely people. They're really engaged and want to, sort of make sure that you get to hear about Warhammer in the language that suits you. So
People be like Black
and if
Templars, like you
speak,
don't already
English
have a
or you
really
wanna
good
have a pot
range.
shot at it, these are our socials as well. So please come and join the conversation.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
Right.
They might show off a
Time
battle
for
force,
little
I
bit of
reckon.
Warhammer the Old World.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, first up, we have brand new units
Ooh!
for the Tomb Kings of Khemri. This
Tomb
is
Kings
a
look
new
cool.
multi-part plastic kit that makes the Royal Heralds The easiest way to describe these is that you have a battle standard bearer and you have a new hero / lord. You could make that and call it a Tomb Prince or a Tomb King. I think it's up to you. You get a battle standard, which you can put on either thing. So if you fancy a faster moving battle standard, stick it on the horse guard.
I'm
If you
assuming they're
fancy,
going to have to
like,
pair
stamina
this
in one of
with
your big
Bretonia.
regiments of Skeleton Warriors or Tomb
They
Guard,
must do,
then,
right?
Go for the on foot version. There's some options in terms of head things as well. Battle standard bearers are key to Warhammer armies. If you play the old world, you'll know.
Yeah, I love this battle standard. That kind of weird scorpion. Both the paint scheme and the model itself are very cool. As you say, this is multi-part as well, so you can swap and change if you want the faster one. If you've got lots of chariots or something in your army, you can mix them in. I would imagine there's a fair bit of customizability between this kit and some of the other Tomb Kingy bits as well.
Yes, yeah.
I'm a big fan of the old world, but that's mostly because I grew up with Warhammer Fantasy as my favorite game system. I like the more rank and flank kind of style and how it's more pitched battles. Things are a bit more grindy and slower. It's all about like positioning and doing formations.
Because you had Lich Priests. It's their job.
And sometimes it can be really silly.
That keeps your army marching forward.
Like, say, if you're
this is a
playing
multi-part kit
against
with some lovely
Skaven
options on these.
or
You can see they're
Orcs,
perhaps a
and
little
you
bit
get a
less
great
dense
cannon and you
than some of the
shoot
other-
their
it's very
general.
definitely
And because
yeah,
obviously it's fantasy,
definitely
it's a
spent far too
cannon.
long in the desert
It just
instead of putting
splats
it somewhere.
them into
I love the
into
vulture,
paste on the
which I
ground,
think
and it's
the
fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for bringing that back. It's a really lovely image of these sort of animated creatures that have sort of come alive through the magic of the rituals. That
I
have
think
taken
you were
place.
saying as well.
And then
looks
that,
like
of
it's
course,
right out of a
makes
piece of Warhammer art. doesn't
them
it?
roll
the
leadership.
mounted guy in particular, I think they're both exquisite. But the
And then they
mounted
run
guy,
away.
from
And
sort
then
of
when
perfect
their
angle,
friends
he
see
just
them
looks
running
like
away,
the artwork,
they roll
and
leadership.
that is the highest possible.
And they
thing.
run away.
Tomb King veterans. Might
It's
be one of
very
the,
silly.
if that's,
Like
extra
it's
armor on the
genuinely
skeleton
like
speed, it
silly,
certainly
but
is.
in the
We'll
best
talk a little bit
ways.
more about that in a
And
moment.
sometimes really dumb
Yes,
things can
it's a
happen,
bit
and
large
games
skeleton.
can end
Might be quite
very
useful. It's
quickly.
used to terrible
But most of the
damage to
time,
Tomb King.
they're really good. Halfling hot pot thrower.
Just to
Oh
talk
my
about
god,
that now,
yes, that's
if we go
peak.
across to also
Peak
coming
old
out
world is
a
the
new
half.
Arcane Journal, The War
Wait.
of Cetra's Fury.
Bruh.
Cetra, the imperishable, is very, very angry. His lands have been defiled. He feels like he owns everything. And he is launching a full-scale invasion northward into the sort of border region between the Empire and Bretonia, sort of known as the Vaults. It's also inhabited by some dwarfs, and you've got sort of dispossessed barons and nobles from both the Empire and Bretonia, and so they are forced to rally in defence of a full-scale invasion of the undead from Khemri. There are rules for sort of allied forces, playing smaller games in like a timely and interesting fashion. It's just packed, and it's a really cool way of looking at the lore of the old world and how they're sort of explaining the things that took place in this particular part of the Warhammer timeline.
Yeah, it's great to get some new lore for the old world as well. I think.
Yeah,
it's,
absolutely.
The team diving into the opportunities that the world allows them to have.
And see what I mean about the artwork, right? Sort of the guy in the centre, like it just in this piece. It
Yeah,
really just
Old
screams
World
the
is
imagery
such a
that you
cool
saw before. I love
system.
it.
It's
There's
such a cool
another
universe.
Arcane Journal coming, which is equally exciting. Just happens at the other side, quite literally, of the region in the Old World known as the Old World. This is Dawn of the Storm Dragon, and it features a bold strategic move made by Miao Ying, who's the lady pictured in the centre. She's one of the children of the Dragon Emperor, and she learns of the Chaos Invasion, which is happening in the north, and is concerned that it's going to gain too much traction. So loads ships full of Grand Cathayan soldiers and sails to the Empire, sets up an enclave, and helps to try and stymie this Chaos Invasion. In real terms, that's A, a cool story, and B, there's rules in there for all sorts of things, including the opportunity to have an allied force of Grand Cathay and the Empire of Man.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
That is
We've
really
never had
cool,
anything
yeah.
like that before, really, have we? So
Yeah, so, and I think this is sort of a great example of the really sort of bold and exciting things that the studio team responsible for the Old World are doing.
That's very
They
cool.
clearly love the setting. They want to explore it in really rich and vibrant detail.
sounds great.
Absolutely. So, we should throw over to Question Corner and see if Simon's got any pertinent questions for us.
What have you got for us, Simon?
Loads and loads of questions. I think the majority of them are focusing on the Leagues of Votan. There's loads of shiny new toys coming out there, of course. So the first one is actually about the judgment tokens. Are they still a thing? Obviously, we've got the yield rules, but what about
I need to be back in a sec.
So the focus in terms of the army mechanic is those yield points that we've talked about before. It's always good when we get a question which is like, can you tell me the really grainy, like granular rules things? Because the answer is no. We got 90 minutes to rail through as much stuff as we can, as fast as we can. we'll cover way more detail about Votan rules and mechanics and all those things as we lead towards it. But you're in for some subtle changes in the way the Leagues of Votan work, and it's quite exciting.
Cool. We've got another one, which were the funky drill shell tokens on the Chthonian Earthshaker. What do they represent?
So I do have a really short and candid answer for that. You saw them on the little base beside. The kit comes designed for you to have 2 of those. If I remember correctly, and don't sue me internet if I get it wrong, you put them down alongside the Earthshaker when you deploy, and you can remove one from the game to give yourself rerolls on wound rolls as you're playing. So yeah, kind of fun. It's like
okay, chat. What do you think they're gonna do?
Yeah, so
do you think that's it, or do you think there might be something more?
Be like representing the unit, being like, right, we're going to use one of the big ones now. This is the important shot.
Perfect.
Probably got time for one more. So let's go with how many models can the Capricus carrier transport?
Great question.
It carries 5, so it works a little bit
like
it's
just
some
a
of the
little
other
guy.
Votan transports, where you take a unit of, usually come in 10s, you split the unit in half, so 5 of them can go in that. If you've got 2 of the transports, you can carry both the units round in those, or you can leave 5 of them back on your baseline and deploy them elsewhere.
Okay,
Grand.
food done.
Nice one.
I need to
Thank you.
medicate
So
quickly.
we'll draw a curtain on the old world, but we will go to the mortal realm instead. There's some exciting things for us to talk about here.
That's lame.
Let's start with a
More
new
old
battle zone
world.
for Death, the Death Grand Alliance. These are the Flesh Eater Courts. Many of you will be familiar with them. These are the foul and abominable cannibal monstrosities who unfortunately have delusions, quite literally, of being noble and elegant and chivalrous.
These guys had a very big range release last edition, so they're probably not going to get that much.
Grand King on perhaps a grand crusade of some sort, or part of a pageant, or a noble feast of some sort, but are in fact horrible, degenerate cannibals, as you say. The new Battle Tome has all the stuff that you would expect. Lots of new ways to use your army, new magic abilities, new enhancements, changes to some of the way the War Scrolls work, so lots of exciting stuff. And perhaps most excitingly, there is a new miniature on the way to accompany them, which is the High Falconer Felgrin. So much like the rest of the Flesh Eater Court, this guy is under an illusion. His particular delusion is that he is a falconer in charge of noble and wise avian creatures, where in fact he is in charge of a swarm of rabid bats. The model is
I like this. This is a very cool concept.
Weird, crazy hat. He's got.
You can see almost the vestiges of that nobility that you were just referring to, right? He's got a very sort of huntsman-y style hat on, and the tattered robes of a person that might be performing that duty. But he's also got guts hanging off.
It's a very fun. It's a very fun miniature. I think
I really like what they do. That's a cool vampire. I agree. I agree. I think the Flesh Eater Courts, they're more like ghouls than vampires.
Off to spy an enemy unit, and that can give you.
It's the impression I get of them, but I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot of crossover.
And if he directs it to an enemy
hey,
unit,
Blue,
it can give your squires, your kind of ghouls, bonuses against that.
Another bean.
Things like take away their ward save and get better at killing them, basically. So a very useful.
Oh, you can get rid of people's ward saves. That's very cool.
Nice. There's also accompanying this release for the Flesh Eater Courts, the Charnel Watch. This is a new spearhead, so you can use it straight in games of spearhead. Or you can use this to bulk out, or maybe you can use this to bulk out your existing Flesh Eater Courts army. This is a fast-moving, hard-hitting, infantry-focused spearhead. It's got models that you'll be very familiar with, and the way that they synergize within this game, within Spearhead, is really fun.
See, I need to get into Spearhead at some point.
Monstrous-sized infantry.
Yeah, I'm very keen on these guys. I don't know, they're not my favorite of the Death Alliance one.
Spearhead. So if you've got that already,
they've got to have more for Age of Sigmar though.
Yeah, some really good stuff. A couple of the cannibal monkeys in there as well.
Cannibal monkeys? What?
Who doesn't love that?
There's another.
Where are the cannibal monkeys? Show me them.
Death faction, which
Show me
is,
them.
The Nighthaunt. Here we have Death Battletome Nighthaunt.
Nighthaunt, I've heard, are very good for beginners, just because they're very easy to paint. Because you can just spray them white, do some contrast. You're a monkey. No, you.
Sort of beloved.
Busy kit bashing your Primaris Lieutenant with Storm Shield. Very nice.
Explains them all as well as
very nice.
war scrolls and information that you would
Hey,
need.
fun guy.
I was talking to an avid Nighthaunt player about this yesterday. Who was super
I know I'm
excited
meant to
because
paint,
he's
chat. I
been
know I
well
said
enough
I'd
to know,
paint.
For example, that their ward saves are improving.
But I'll be honest, I'm kind of focusing on this. Wow.
Hartsick Ruben just subscribed with Prime. Clap, 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 subscribe to Tiger.
Generally speaking, you find that the units have a bit more health.
Ruben, thank you so much for the 6 months and the Prime sub. How you doing, fun guy?
So generally, their normal saves are a little bit worse, but you can now bolster them with things like
Oh, monster.
and their ward saves
Delicious
across the
and
board
needed
are 5 up or better, which is pretty solid.
Yeah, perfect. But let's get on to the model.
Today was meant.
Brand new.
Oh!
This release, which is
Oh, I
really
like this. This is
a
cute.
Very disturbing creature.
Look at his
in
little
life,
face.
It was something like a poisoner or a maker
Snake
of
oil
like
merchant of
yeah,
some
fake
sorts,
potions and curatives who deceives people.
He reminds me.
let them down
You're a baked
or let them
potato.
to ruin.
Oh
And
God.
Nagash is able to claim his
6
soul
months of
through
hell.
sort of
Bitch, you love
malpractice
being
and evil
here.
deeds, and his
This guy reminds me. You know
reformed
that boss
this
at the end of
horrific,
Act 1 of
horrific
Expedition
like,
33?
backward-jointed
That's
armor
what
of
this
his
guy reminds me
spine.
of, don't you
Horrible,
think?
but really fun in the game.
Hey,
Yeah, so he's
Mama.
got some very fun rules. So basically, you can see his rack of potions.
We
on his
are
back
watching
there,
this.
and the way that
We
manifests
are, in
in
fact,
range is
watching
you can
this.
Create specialist potions and throw them at enemy units.
I
and
thought it'd
you've
be
got two
fun.
Options on how you do that. You can either just chuck a bunch of random potions at the enemy and roll.
I thought
some
it'd be
random things to
fun.
see what happens
Very
to them,
different
or you
kind
can
of
concoct
stream.
a very
So
specific
today's meant to be
potion
my day
do a
off, but
specific
Discord was
job,
like,
and the effects of those
unanimously
can range
voted that we
from
should do
doing harm to the
this,
enemy
and I
unit,
was like,
taking away
okay,
some of
fine.
the saves from enemy
Yeah,
units. So,
that one looks.
it's a
particularly
really good
This looks
little
so cool,
problem
though. I
solving
love
so
this
you can go,
miniature.
right, what enemy am I facing? What I'd really like against this is this specific.
I don't know
enemy,
anything
just
about
to debuff
them.
to the enemy unit, or just to do some damage.
But I want
So I think,
this. I want to paint
We're going to
this.
see a lot of this guy in.
I don't know how I'm going to paint it.
Absolutely. And as with the Flesh Eater Courts, there is a
Ooh.
spearhead for the Nighthaunt.
I
This is
love
the first
this. Hang
shackle
on,
horde.
let me move out of the way.
It's just all the ghosts all the time.
I
right?
love
An absolutely
this.
brilliant box,
This is cool as
loaded
shit.
with, everything you'd want to either kickstart an army, reinforce an army, or play games of Spearhead.
I've never heard it.
Yeah, it's very cool, and obviously a great place to start a new.
Oh,
Nighthaunt.
imagine having a day off.
absolutely. Those things were cool.
I like it.
But
I
there's
like
a lot of
this.
people here who have been holding onto their hats really patiently, hoping that we maybe, show them something they've never.
Reminds me
ever
of the
seen
Collect from Mortal
before.
Kombat. That's not a
So,
character I'm
why
familiar
not
with.
start this?
I like the Horseman, yeah. Oh God! Marketing budget is hats. This is total bull. Oh shit! Chuffs! Chuffs! Oh, these look cool as fuck.
What an incredible!
No, go back.
Anyone
Show me
who's
more of the
super excited.
miniatures.
I am very excited.
Get out of the way.
might
Get out of the way.
This might be my new.
Where's the
These
train?
are the Hellsmiths.
What,
of
the hype
Hashut.
train?
These are effectively the reincarnation of the Chaos Dwarf concept for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, an entirely redesigned.
These are all
and
on
brand
40
new
mil
army,
bases.
coming out first in an army set. Arriving alongside its new battle tome, the army set also.
These
serves
are
as the
40 mil
spearhead
bases.
for the Hellsmiths of Hashut.
I
These
love
models
this.
Are phenomenally cool. The
This
rules
is
are
so
great, the
fucking
lore is
cool.
great. I love
Holy
absolutely
shit.
everything about them. Let's dive into the.
This is
I
cool.
think
Everything about this
first
is
thing I
cool.
wanna say
Holy
is
fuck.
Let's talk about like why they are these. When the time of chaos happened in the mortal realms, the Dwarves.
That bull would make a great demon
they
prince.
survived
I
that
agree,
whole
actually.
took to the skies
But
or
I think it's
whatever.
too big for a demon prince.
Not these guys.
But not
these
so.
guys.
Because
the
these are
Dwarves,
definitely 40 mil
the
bases.
Chaos Duardin.
Actually, are
become
they?
known as the Hellsmiths of Hashut. They instead turned to Hashut, an ancient and terrible Duardin deity who taught them the ways of hellsmithing.
Yeah.
So, and their whole culture is based around Hashut, the Bull Father. And we're going to see that sort of writ large across all of these models. Let's dive into.
But this is
first
so
thing, which is
cool.
this new army set. These are the Infernal Cohort with Hashutite spears.
Maybe these
They
are 32 mil
can.
bases, actually.
They are the core unit for the Hellsmiths of Hashut.
Well, maybe they're even
They
smaller
are an
than
elite
that.
combat unit straight off the bat. These are very dangerous Duardin indeed. And the first thing to observe.
I'm
is
trying to like
those spears.
line up
Each of them's got
a
like glowing
base,
orb in
and
it
it's hard to
that
tell. I
contains
don't think these are
imprisoned,
40 mil.
ground down, reconstituted.
I think these are just
demon
regular.
essence, 'cause
Yeah,
that's how they roll.
So the
Hey,
demon
Mercury.
legions that invaded the various Duardin holes during the Age
You
of
just
Chaos,
commit
some of them,
borderline heretic considering
took over the
I commit
holes,
acts of
but where
chaos
the,
against forces of
Hellsmiths
chaos.
of the Shut
The name is the
dwelled,
Lord
they
Emperor.
instead
Lol.
trapped those demon legions and decided to weaponize them into a fuel to power their war machines, their weapons, and their technology. So that green glow, as you say, is ground up demon juice that is powering the weapons.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's
That's
so cool.
metal as
Things
fuck.
to talk about within this unit. Obviously, you've got. Like,
How
a
you
unit
doing,
champion,
Mercury?
so,
It's always lovely
you've
to
got
see.
a
That is
musician,
metal as
you've
fuck,
got
chat.
this weird combination
I
of
love
the
these guys.
bare-chested, Duardin and a Hobgrot carrying a massive gong on its back, and obviously a standard bearer. It's a two-for kit. That's like internalism for this kit makes two different types of unit. And so here you have them with Hasher-type blades, basically shorter ways of killing people. They have different profiles within the game.
Yeah, both very useful. The spears generally.
I could be
slightly more
tempted,
expensive things, so you
chat.
get bonuses against
I
enemies
could be
charging you, you get
tempted
cavalry.
to get into
Swords are far
AOS
more
with
offensive
these
options where you get
guys.
bonuses for fighting into enemy infantry and taking the fight to the enemy, but both effectively heavily armored.
I am
Yeah,
tempted.
absolutely so, and you can paint them in different colours. The studio team's done a lovely job. The banner in the middle just is a really interesting nod to sort of the Zardron culture, which is that's a ziggurat in the middle of that banner, right, with the Bullfather's rune above. They live in ziggurat cities, and each one is ruled by a
This
war
is super
despot.
cool.
As if by magic, here is the war despot.
I need to.
So you plan the whole thing.
This is my favourite model within.
Oh,
this,
that looks
it's a
cool
great
as
hat.
hell.
It might be
It's a
my
great hat.
my favourite of the Hellsmiths. It's just so good. Huge hat, great big spikes. He's carrying an enormous warglaive, which is glowing. You see the runes at the top glowing with this sort of eldritch power. The war despots, they have to rule through a mixture of sort of violence and also through just ensuring that everybody around them knows that they are the nastiest, toughest of all of the Hellsmiths. So they are dominant figures.
Yeah, like any Duardin, they couldn't demand the loyalty of their followers unless they were able to lead from the front, basically. So they're not cowardly, but they certainly
Wait.
are.
There's got to be more than this.
So
There's
they
no
lead
way
their
this is
armies,
it.
Into battle proudly, but certainly not go for a fair
And
fight.
their whole reason for being.
There's
as
got
a-
to be
as a
more to the
dark
range.
culture
There
is-
has to
it's
be.
just, like weaponized
Like
greed.
on
They
in Total Warhammer, they
plunder
had
and
these
take from the
dwarves
land
with
and
like
give
big
nothing back. They don't
metal,
want it, they destroy
like
it. They
mecha
are, like, a tool in the
exosuits.
extreme because that's how
Not
they
the bull.
survive.
They have something
Survive
else
chaos.
that's smaller than the bull,
They
but
don't see
bigger than
themselves
these
as connected to
guys.
that. That's an
No,
interesting
there's
kind
no,
of sub-
there's no physical side effects at all to what they've gone through.
An interesting sub point. They see themselves as almost the paragons of purest order, right?
Yeah.
So they've taken the assault of chaos and they've ground it down and created like order from chaos. But in the mortal realms, they're paving over the natural order and putting up the monuments to Hashut and the great ziggurats that power their industry.
Yeah, absolutely. Also within this spearhead is just this incredible centerpiece model, the Dominator engine. It's another kit that makes two things.
That looks
these
so
are the
cool.
cannons. This is a enormous metal creation which is animated and powered by this demon energy.
I don't know
roaring
the
inside.
base
Have a look at the
size.
sort of brazier in its belly. You can see the demonic eyes peering out as like the demonic souls within a torch.
I love the flames on
give
these
it its
things.
power.
That
Maybe
kind of
it is on a
green
60
purple
mil,
fire
actually.
is such a beautiful sort of aesthetic. This is both an incredibly cool miniature, which I think I'm looking.
Maybe
forward
this
to
could
seeing
be a
painted
Demon
because
Prince.
The heavy metal one is wonderful, but I think once this goes out into the wild and you've got
You're going to see
you know,
incredible interpretation.
Yeah, 1,000 painters painted this. It's going to be amazing. I can imagine this in beautiful non-metallics. In game, this thing is an absolute juggernaut, right? So it has a 2-up save, armor save, which in Age of Sigmar is almost unheard of.
The
It
mecha.
has loads of
Oh,
wounds,
imagine
it's
it
really
ends right
hard.
here. Fuck off.
Combat
It's not
zones
ending. They said if they're
multiple
quick,
units,
an hour to
shooting
an hour
zones
and a
is one
half.
thing. If
But
you
they're
can
definitely
raise
not
into
going to be
an
just
enemy
an
army,
hour
you
and a
set the whole
half.
thing on fire.
There's no way.
Like a lot of the stuff in the Hellsmith army, their kind of army mechanic allows you to harness a demon power on specific units, so you can bolster the power of it. And on these, it's particularly devastating.
Fantastic. And we're still not done. Also within the spearhead, you'll find this. This is the Tormentor.
Wait, is that the
Bombard.
spearhead or the army
Chaos
set?
Dwarfs of
I don't
old
think this
that
is
you
the
cast
spearhead.
back if you're old enough
This is
like
the army
me
set.
To the world that was. The Chaos Dwarfs were renowned for devastating artillery, particularly that lobbed things far across the battlefield.
The Hell Cannon.
The concept has been reimagined for more realms. Just beautiful torment bombard, raw demonic power hurled high into the air to come crashing down upon the enemy.
It's a fucking mortar.
In the game.
Yeah, this is the war machine you use if you're being advanced on by multiple enemy units. So you can fire at a single enemy unit, and the units nearby also take damage. That's how devastating this is.
That's so
Very long range. I
cool.
think it shoots 30 inches, which again.
Armies
is
that usually
very,
includes
very
the
good
spearhead
as
within,
well.
no? Does it?
The Hellsmiths
Not
that
normally.
between this and some of their other units.
Not
have
normally.
claimed to being one of the
Army
most
sets out
devastating
like.
shooting armies in the Mortal
Well,
Realms.
let's talk a bit more about that. 'Cause
I mean,
think
spear.
we have
Sometimes
the
actually.
rocket battery,
Sometimes.
brilliant for just like blowing up the enemy's big impressive thing.
I don't like this
This is
so
a monster
much.
killer, right? So where your other war machine is the thing to take out blocks of enemy infantry and kind of massed formations, this is your. They have one big monster that I want to be dead.
I
You
thought
can
it said
fire
it was a
at them,
Death Strike
and
rocket battery, and I was like,
with
bruh,
a
you just
fair,
nicked that from the
decent
Imperial
roll to
Guard.
Take out a monster in a single model.
Paladin,
Which is
buddy.
pretty good.
Essentially a demon energy imbued bolt the size of 2 Dwarden stood sort of head to toe. Yeah, it's grim.
God, I'm really tired.
This launch set also includes a battle tome. It also includes all of the war scroll cards that you would want to have with your collection. It's the perfect jumping on point for an all-new Hellsmiths of Hashut army.
But that's not it.
But that's not it.
No, show me more. Woo! What are those? What is? Oh my god, that's cool as fuck. Look at that! Oh my god, I love the centaurs.
If the launch box wasn't awesome enough, they will be followed shortly.
Show me the rest.
With all of those incredible models that you just.
I'm a dwarf and I'm blasting a hole in your chest.
Really
Yes.
Substantial and impressive Warhammer
Yes.
Sigma army.
Yeah, immediately out of the gate, you have almost a full army offer, basically, of stuff. And we start
Bull
off with one of
centaurs,
the
they look
classic units
amazing.
of Warhammer returning.
Holy
Bull
shit.
Centaurs have been part of Warhammer for, I think, almost 35 years, something like that.
I remember being charged by these
yes.
when I was like 13 or
In
14.
classic red with green bases back it was in the day. But this is a heavy cavalry unit. They are basically the experts at riding down enemy forces and
I fucking
crushing
love
them under their
this.
hooves. They hit very hard. They're well armed.
Dwarf tours.
These are the
Lol.
sort of
Yeah.
manifestation of the power of
I-
Hashut
oh.
in kind of form.
Yeah, no, I'm
Where
very
the units could be
tempted.
More alike to their.
I'm very
ancient
tempted,
ancestor god.
chat.
Yeah, absolutely. You said a thing to me earlier.
I should probably do a campaign as Chaos Dwarves. Chaos doesn't generally do it for me. Too many skull spikes and unnecessarily we look edgy bits for me. But the aesthetic here looks entirely bad. I know, right?
There's loads of really great.
It
lore
looks
in
so
the
cool.
One of the things that comes out is the idea that there were the ancestor gods of the Dwarden, and Hashut was almost like one of them, right? He was like one of the pantheon, and he was given the realm of beasts, and he sort of felt that was almost like an insult.
This is why
right? They
you'd
don't want
love
the realm of
Fulgur.
beasts. So
Wait,
rather
what's
than
Fulgur
trying to
again?
kind of be harmonious with it, he decided to just trample it flat. So
I'm
all
gonna
of
Google
his
it.
incarnation of beast power is in the form of trampling, in the form of kind of harnessing.
Wait, isn't that the
and,
boss of fucking
subjugating
Elden Ring?
nature.
Well,
Yeah, so let's look at the another sort of variation that this kit enables you to make, which are the anointed
yeah,
sentinels.
the
These are
Everdark.
the most devoted towards.
Yeah,
the
fucking
ship of,
Everdark Sovereign
the,
Fulgur. Holy shit.
Hellsmiths. They guard his holy places, whatever a holy place.
Oh, these guys. I fucking love these guys. I think the bull helmets just add so much to them.
By no means a passive unit. They're just really great at counterpunching. And when you consider how much of the force might be standing back and
I
raining
love
death on
these
the enemy,
two-handed
very
glaives
useful
as
in their own
well.
right. You also get like a little interesting nod to that Hashutite culture, sort of breathed into it through these.
Yeah, I love those miniatures. They might be my favourite in the range, those particular sculpts.
They
Yeah.
also key into that sort of classic imagery that we're used to from before, as does the next unit. He says seamlessly segueing in. We'll see. So here's some variations. But we have infernal razors now.
They have
these
warp
got
guns, chat.
blunderbusses. And if you are long enough in the beard, you might remember Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses from yesteryear.
The absolute
Oh,
like terror of
yeah.
Warhammer.
You simply see a
Fantasy's,
worthy fight to fight,
sixth edition, I think.
understandable.
Yeah, it was diabolical. And these
these are cool.
A very dangerous shooting unit in their own right.
These are super cool.
Again, they're harnessing that sort of demonic power to operate.
I'm tempted. I didn't really build Pink Skaven.
And
they're very easy to paint with the paint scheme I've got in mind.
Flame hurlers. Which
I might do that.
There's not much more explanation particularly required.
At the end of the month.
Two really powerful units. The blunderbusses, not much to choose between them really. They both do a great job. The blunderbusses.
I'm thinking, at the end of the month.
The flame hurlers can fire while you're in combat, which is really handy. So even if the enemy manages to reach you, you can still sort of set them on fire. But the thing that really makes them is that through the army rule mechanic, you can power them up. And power up the demonic energy inside the guns, which basically increases the rend on the guns. You can get these things up to rend 3, doing multiple damage, which is absolutely horrific. So if the enemy is like charging your big unit of infernal razors, and you get like a decent round of shooting against it, you can wipe out things like heavy cavalry and whole units of infantry and stuff like that.
I need to do more painting. Like I know this. Like when I do my birthday subathon at the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
What
if you want some chaff to hurl under the the wheels of the enemy, so to speak?
Oh my god. Peons.
There is a genial relationship between the Hellsmiths of Hashut and the Hobgrots, who sort of bolster their ranks. Hobgrots are also really into doing awful things and desecrating the world, and so they exist as almost like a vassal state within the.
What's the difference between these Hobgrots and the Grots from
like forage for themselves?
Like
they get to join the
orcs
army
and goblins.
They fill a really interesting niche in that they are faster than the Hellsmiths and they can scout, right?
They absolutely can. So the way these guys are going to fit into your army, most
that's
because
purple makes them sneaky.
Very good at shooting, but relatively slow. So you're going to be moving on to the objectives late game. But these can scout, as you say, so you can kind of push them forward early in the game, grab those objectives, just get under the feet of enemy units. They will absolutely be used for things like trying to take a charge from something, so you can set all the other units up
super hyped for
an amazing
this.
round of shooting, or to charge them with bull centaurs or something like that.
Yeah,
I need to just work on the Age of Sigmar stuff. Actually, I need to do that. I need to just crack on
before,
and paint it because I've got most of the Stormcast painted,
armored and equipped by the Hellsmiths themselves, so they've got slightly better armor maybe than the ones that
none of that sort of eldritch power in the weapons though, not for these guys.
Oh no, they don't get to play with any of the cool demons.
So let's look at some of the extra sort of heroes that join the faction. These are the Demon Smith. They are the ones who do the hellsmithing, I suppose it's fair to say. And you can see in this model there's some real sort of hints as to who he is. Obviously a wizard. He's got that demonic power sort of coming out of his hand. He's got his tome, looks like it's sort of etched in. I don't know what
like
stone
in Obsidian Jade.
Yeah, exactly. The fucking book is class.
I think his lectern is animated. In a nutshell,
How good is that paint scheme though? Whoever painted that in the heavy metal team, well done.
Yeah.
Well done, guys.
It's just
no, it looks great. Everything about this looks really like just top tier.
All of the
like holy crap!
Yeah, they allow the kind of army to work. In game terms, they do a particularly useful thing as well as.
I love the very subtle OSL on the horn from his like weird claw hand smoke flame thing.
If you've got any of your cannons that have been damaged, they can kind of go.
Let them cook
the power back into
the enemy. Lol.
This kit has another option in it. It also makes an Ashen Elder. We showed you the.
Oh, that guy looks cool as fuck.
Who guard the holy sites. This is the person doing the rituals inside the holy sites. And you can see that petrification has started to happen to his skin. The older a Hellsmith gets, the more they start to become like stone. Their skin cracks. If they're very powerful, if they have the right magics available,
you can hold it at bay a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe. But doom is upon them. There's a couple of really interesting things. I like his style.
That's very cool.
Eulogize about how beautiful it is that the smoke makes it look like a beard. But you have a fascinating fact about the hammer.
Yeah, so there's lots of things that are really fun about this miniature. But if we go for hammer particularly, there's not a lot of hammers in the Hellsmiths of the Hashut. And one of the reasons is that hammers are actually seen as a slightly profane symbol to the Hellsmiths because they remind them of the other dwarven ancestor gods, which really like hammers. But this particular hammer is blessed in the blood of other Duardin priests. So he would have like found a runesmith or something, or one of the Caradron priests or something, and then slain them in a sacrifice and blessed the hammer in that blood. So that's why he's.
It's so cool. Ace would make for an interesting zealot or psycho. Yeah, no, I agree.
The Caradrons and the Fire Slayers really do not get on with the Hellsmiths.
I agree.
There is a lot. They've got beef. Basically,
yeah, absolutely so. There's also another character we should talk about. This is Urak Tar. He's the first demon.
Holy shit! This model though.
In ancient time, when the Hellsmiths needed to learn to survive, he learned the secrets of this demon smithing from Hashut. He is truly ancient and abominably powerful. You can see how that manifests his the petrification on the back, like deep trenches of like rock starting to form out of his flesh, horns erupting from his skull. He's mounted on an enormous infernal, my brain's just gone blank, infernal Taurus. Just centerpiece written all over him. Incredible.
That brass ball would look great in
wonderful.
exposed
very cool
brass
miniature.
colours.
It's a 2-for-1 kit as well, which is really cool. It also makes your Demon Smith on Infernal Taurus. There's a bunch of options on this kit as well, which is amazing. So I can't wait to see. What this kit particularly, because
this is very exciting. Holy shit!
Beautiful color scheme. You can imagine this in like beautiful non-metallics or metallics or glowing runes or kind of petrified rock or something else. But again, that kind of manifestation.
God,
of Hashut as
I love how angular it is, how jagged the design is.
It's always going to be industrial
it's like,
in some way, or made out of iron or metal or stone or.
There's something very pleasing and aesthetic about this.
Yeah, you can imagine him walking through a forest of just like that.
It feels like it's not like edgy like the way Dark Eldar are, but it's like there's just something sharp and well defined.
Here is my personal favourite. You have the War Despot. You can see he's a very chunky looking Duard, and if I stick this
I do like the War
next
Despot.
to him, you get a
He's
sense
a good guy.
Sorry, I'm just making your life harder with
Yeah, so the infantry are on 32. The characters are all on
stature,
40.
More powerful. Moving along, you have the Demon Smith and the Ashen Elder. Teeny tiny little Hobgrot on the end of the line.
Hobgrot's on at 25.
Quite sort of scrawny, just perfect for subverting to your will and getting through your daily work.
Just for kind of scale purposes, that's the same size more or less as the Hobgrots that currently exist in the Cruel Boys range, so you get an idea of the size.
I really like this.
We have the Bull Centaur there, so you can see that the power of Hashut sort of coursing through that guy. This is a fairly large cavalry miniature there. It's like on a scale with some of the kind of I guess like Agrodon sort of size.
He's huge.
He's big to say the least.
It's Dark Eldar, but defined and still has form of some order.
Just
even beefier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
this is such.
Yeah, that's a 70 mil base. I think
you can have a few of these in your army as well. There's a few different options for kind of heads and things. So I certainly expect to see a few of these making their way into the army.
Let's bring in at least one of the artillery.
Yeah, let's get one.
There's definitely massive kit bash potential for that demon though.
Run out of space. There's too much stuff in this release. It doesn't all fit on the table.
I don't think
Fuck.
you'll be complaining.
I don't want to start a new project. I just got a bunch of stuff for Cathay.
Again, these
this really makes me want to get into Age of Sigmar, though. It's so cool. Like, I don't know. Like, I'll be real.
Funneling the demonic power into the engine, or stoking the furnace and that sort of thing. A little bit like the Leagues of Votan artillery we saw before. These are just like wonderful little pieces in their own right.
Yeah. But let's bring in Uraktar, shall we?
Yeah, he's the big guy. Here he is.
Round this all out.
Oh God!
So I mean, this is.
I have the same mic as they do. That's fucking genuinely. This is huge. That guy's like almost Fulgrim size.
Just exceptional.
Actually, no, he's a bit shorter. But like, if you take, it's a bit lower center of gravity. That honestly, I think, makes him a much more stable miniature.
We need to.
God, I love this range.
Right.
That's very cool.
Before I do, one more thing. I'm aware that lots of people in the chat might be
keen
to know about Warcry and whether or not Warcry is relevant here. The Warhammer Studio team are going to publish rules for using Hellsmiths of Hashut for Warcry when they release.
Yep.
So keep your eyes peeled on the Warhammer community website. There'll be a free download that lets you try out some of the Hellsmith models in Warcry in your games.
Yeah, so not only will there be a full new army for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, they will also feature as an entire new faction in Warcry as well.
Yeah,
and also...
Yes, it would be nice if we segued seamlessly into the Warhammer Underworlds.
Right.
So welcome to Spikewood. This is an expansion for Warhammer Underworlds. It's the scene is essentially you're in the Spikewood.
Wood Elves versus
Hellsmiths of Hashut warband fighting against the Kenothi. So it really is industry versus nature.
I like that
there's a strong
theming.
rivalry in the Mortal Realms between the Hellsmiths.
Oh,
all
to
about,
another.
as you
Yes.
said, trampling nature underfoot.
I don't want
And
another
Sylvaneth, who are all
project.
about
I have
protecting
so
nature,
many
and
things to
Kurnothi
build
are
and
particularly
paint.
kind of warlike
Wood
aspects
Elves are
that
probably the
follow
other
kind of
faction I
absolute
actually
hunters
quite
like,
like
Kurnothi.
for Age of
So they will
Sigmar.
defend the
Mostly
wild
because I
places
like
of the
their
Mortal
big
Realms.
tree monsters. I'd like to just have an army of just trees. Like do March of the Ants as my army. That's it. Just have the fucking tree men murder everything.
Blood of the Bull is the Hellsmiths unit. Bottom left-hand corner, you have a War Despot. Her army advancing into the Spikewood has suffered a strategic reversal, so she's regrouped with her sort of remaining warriors in the inner circle.
See, I love these sculpts as well. They're just a little bit of everything.
Obviously against the other
I like that
You've
sword.
got some great archetypes in the mix there as well. I particularly like the
Sylvaneth are very pretty.
He does.
Yeah.
If you've been playing Warhammer for a very long time, you may remember hobgoblins from Warhammer Fantasy Battle, and there was a unit called Throat Cutters, I think it was, or Throat Slitters. He is basically a homage to those.
It's really lovely.
Really lovely to see.
They've got their rules
I like
reflect
these.
that sort of plunder, take what you want, decimate the landscape just for the joy of it sort of mentality.
It's like Dark
The
Elves
other
and Dwarves had a
Warhammer in this
baby. A little bit.
he says,
A little bit.
There we go. The Kurnoth Herald.
Oh,
these
what the fuck are
three of them
these?
in
Oh my
the-
god, what? These are like Deer Centaur.
Kurnothi.
Deer Elf
Things that out with them
Centaur.
in terms of like their rules and how they play is that they're very defensive.
They
Because they're holding what they've got. They're not interested in stealing other people's stuff. They just want to.
they
protect
don't
their
look like a
woods.
defensive unit
So
though.
while they're in their own area of the board, if you're an Underworlds player, you'll be familiar with the sort of.
I like
mechanic.
these. I have no idea what Underworlds is like a weird card game, miniature game
They're
hybrid,
quite
right?
fast warband, and usually it's
I also like the
passive,
helmets.
but your
Like I
bonuses
like
are
their
more
armor.
aggressive.
Yeah, so redeploying, fighting in different areas.
Actually, you know what?
area, and
I don't like
I
the
love these,
archer.
I think
I like the
we've
other
seen
two.
Kurnothi in
The other two look great.
this is a
What's with this
good
weird
warband,
green
but
thing
I
in their
think
tummies,
it's a
though?
really cool looking warband.
I looked at them too long, and I'm really.
You
disturbed
guys,
by
they might
gems
want to.
starting
I
glowing.
think they might need to see a
Glowing
doctor.
belly buttons.
Something about it, man.
I dig it. I dig it. I'm here for glowing belly buttons.
So there we go. Awesome stuff. Also for Warhammer Underworlds. What an awesome set of releases for Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
Warcry is
10
killed
years of
people.
Warhammer.
That's
I
a
know,
really
but
fair
that's
point,
not
yeah.
Warcry
10
Hellhound.
years
That's
ago
that's
this month,
that's
we saw
Underworlds,
a
which is
rise
this
in
sort of like
Warhammer.
weird board game thing with
We're gonna be sort of
cards.
showing over
You don't have a
100
glowing
year,
tummy
whole
jam? I
bunch
do
of
not have a
things,
glowing tummy
to
jam,
the
no.
Warhammer realm. So if you enjoy Warhammer Age of Sigmar, you're in for a good time.
Yeah. It's taken the Hellsmiths a long time to get here, hasn't it?
Yeah, it
but
was
then they
worth the
are
wait.
only movement 4. So
Rappers, respectively,
Lol.
reminded us that there is in fact 5 more things to
Oh,
talk
there's
about.
more. Look at this.
And we're already getting the move along.
Look at the crab!
There are 4 more
Fucking
boxes
crab.
of Warhammer
I love that
Underworlds.
crab.
Each box contains 4 warbands. Each box also.
I don't
synergizes
like
with
how
a particular
Warhammer
faction.
Underworlds
So
does
is the
this
Order
whole.
one,
Oh
the
yeah,
Shadow.
you
It
can't
contains
buy
4
like one
warbands,
thing.
from
Here's
the Order
4 at
faction,
once.
Grand Alliance, I should say.
You
This
might
is
not
the Death
want
one.
to get these things, my
These are the Reavers
guys.
of Ruin, the Chaos Warbands, and we saved my favourite to last because I'm allowed to. The Gits and Goliaths, the Destruction Warbands. Each, anybody who plays Warhammer Underworlds will know, each Warhammer Underworlds warband is lovely, right? They're just characterful and they home into a different.
I like the
part.
crab. Yeah, the
Multiple
crab is
class
great.
settings.
Vampire Coast
You
Pirates
get 4 in a
1.
box. It's just
Vampire
it's delightful.
Coast for the old world would be
To play
great.
with them, you would need to pick up this, which is the Warbands of Spikewood. Containing
Yeah,
the cards
I'm
that
also
you
like
can
I'm also
use
not
in
super
fantasy
keen on
games
Age of
for the
Sigmar,
Warhammer
but I've never
Underworld.
played it.
Seamlessly integrated.
I've got some
the
miniatures,
Warsaw
'cause,
cards
like,
into, Warhammer
Ponk
Age of
liked the
Sigmar.
idea of doing
Or just
Skaventide,
having some different hobby
and like
experiences.
I also thought
16
Skaventide has
opportunities to get
fantastic
They are-
miniatures.
Every one of those boxes is.
I don't even
also
like
there's some
Stormcast, but like
beautiful
I'll play
images in there,
Stormcast just
including
because
the
like
crab,
I
yeah.
mean I got them.
Perfect. Yeah.
I got
so,
them. I'm gonna
we
paint
actually
them.
are at the end
I
of
might
the
as well play
We
them.
are now at the end of the Mortal
it
Realms.
would
Are they
be,
meant to be
it would
a
good time
decent
to check
beginner-friendly
in and see
army?
If there are in fact any questions.
Yeah, there's loads. People are very, very excited to hear about the Hellsmiths joining Warcry. That'd be really cool. as well.
Fantastic. We're really pleased.
Yeah, I'm very excited
And
to
of course, the range is stunning, so people are super pumped about that.
I'm very
There's
excited.
a bit of confusion about the Grand Alliance that they come from. So presumably they come from the Chaos Grand Alliance. And if so, how do they fit in with the rest of the Chaos?
Yeah, so I can take
go
that
on.
one. So the Hellsmiths of Hashut have a slightly interesting relationship with several factions in the Mortal Realms. They are definitely in the Chaos Grand Alliance. So despite what they themselves believe, they probably are corrupted by Chaos at least a little bit.
You don't get to play with that much demon power.
No, I mean you have tusks growing out of your face and horns growing out, and
you're turning to stone.
Yeah, I mean something's got a little bit demonic there. But they would consider themselves as kind of champions of order, but they are in the Chaos Grand Alliance. They also trade with the various forces of Chaos, so perhaps Chaos warlords and things would go to their ziggurats and be served with like weapons that they forged in exchange for bounty that is collected across the realms. They also have a symbiotic relationship with the Hobgrots and have traded with like the Cruel Boys and things like that. But they are Chaos Grand Alliance.
Nice. So how does Hachette fit in with the Chaos Pantheon?
Really badly.
Yeah, it does not play well with others. It's a recurring theme, really.
So he is part of the pantheon of the Dwarven gods, right? But he feels ostracized. They understandably want to ostracize him. So the Hellsmiths kind of vilely resent the other Dwarven gods. It's a very fractious relationship, which is why there's such vitriol between them. Great questions. Thank you very much. We need to go to our next setting. Which we will do by moving to the timeline of the Horus Heresy.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, it's Legions Imperialis. No one gives a shit about this. Do people, chat, do any of you actually give a shit about Legions Imperialis?
So many tanks. So many tanks.
And we'll take you on a tour.
Like, if this was Epic 40k, that'd be a whole different deal. But it's Legions Imperialis, and like G-Dubs, stop trying to make this happen. Just give us Epic 40k.
So if you want to just rain death on the enemy, blow them out of their cover. It's really
like epic scale miniatures are quite good. Like I like doing epic scale miniatures. I did an entire Dark Angels chapter when I was a kid.
Essentially, what's the biggest gun you can stick on a Rhino? Oh, it appears to be a gun with a breach
what
big
if
enough to stuff a whole
I want an
space
even
marine
bigger
in it.
gun though, Adam. I want a bigger gun.
You want to do a heavier siege?
I want a heavier
than
siege gun than that.
Well, I've got some very good news.
Oh, that's
for
it.
you.
That's exactly it.
The Type 1 Heavy Siege Tank Squadron is on the way. It's even bigger and more dangerous than the Vindicator. And you get like a nice guy with a flamer just warming things up and making sure that everything goes.
Is he contributing? Like by the time you've been shot by that siege gun, how much of a flamethrower do you really need?
I imagine he's just like baking off what's left. You know,
maybe.
They drive through and he's like, you're getting some and you're getting some. If you want to blow things up from further away, maybe there's a Titan Squadron that offends you, then you could do a lot worse than the Cerberus Heavy Tank Destroyer Squadron. These are firing
I think
turbo
that
lasers.
this particular tank is kind of a bit dumb. I'll be real with you, chat.
Time to be driving tanks.
I just think it looks a bit silly.
It's a heavy tank destroyer or a heavy tank destroyer.
Yeah, exactly. We've had some.
Let us know in the chat which one you think it is.
Do you think it's a heavy tank for destroying or a tank for destroying heavy things?
Yeah,
possibly both.
Both.
The heaviest of all of the tanks.
Oh, the Mastodon. People have been saying there was a rumor of a plastic Mastodon. I suppose this is it, chat.
Open your gates and charge into an enemy stronghold.
Next thing you know, they're going to give us a Thunderhawk.
Array, then this is the way for you to do so.
I don't like the Mastodon. I think it looks dumb.
On the top, and the pilot of that is offering you a crisp fist bump as well. I imagine he gets on great with the other guy.
It's sort of a 30,000.
You would get the Mastodon. I don't know. I just
the design on this. We've seen this at like standard.
It looks a bit like a car, like an old car from like the 20s, don't you think? But like big and blocky.
So those kits, like loads and loads of tanks, the Treadheads rejoice. All of the rules.
Plastic Mastodon scale up, no,
all of
illegal.
In Legions Imperialis can be found in Liber Strategia. Essentially, a thing that combines all of the rules and puts them in one place. If you've got a copy of the core rulebook and got a copy of this, you are ready to rock and roll, along with a whole bunch of other rules content. There's too much to go into here and now, but have a look in the article that's going to be on Warhammer Community, and we'll talk more about it closer to the launch.
I do like these objective markers.
A through F, and you want to mark objectives and or token effects. We're releasing a really just useful set of token markers for you to games.
No, I like this.
I find these sort of things very useful for reminding me what effects are going on in the game. And then there's all the formation and data sheets you need for your Legions Imperialis games. The team responsible for this setting have really just done a cracking job.
Look,
of
I love
making sure
epic
that
scale. I don't like
the
epic
rules are
scale with Horus
accessible, you get
Heresy.
hold of
There's
them.
just so
It's
little
really
diversity when you could do so
Kind of
much
compile a lot
more
of
for
stuff together in
40k.
a more
Absolutely.
convenient way of
Like,
got a good friend
you
who's
could
super
have
into it,
so
and
many more
he
miniatures
was
if you
asking me
went
about,
like,
how he gets all of his rules together. And I just had to sit there quietly, knowing that this was around the corner.
Wouldn't that be great if they're all in one book?
Your prayers have been answered. There's more stuff set within the Age of Darkness. We
Damn right there
introduced
is.
These in the Saturnine preview, but we have the Mark II Assault Squad. I think we
Fuck
showed one
yeah.
before, didn't
These look
I
great.
absolutely love these. So this is.
Oh
the
my
Mark
god,
II
those
Scotland.
fucking
Mark II is kind of
the
one of
heavy
more
chain
brutal
axes look
looking
amazing.
Space Marine armor marks, and these guys have ramped that up even further. You've got some options in this kit for a variety of different weapon options. The coolest of them is the chain axe, which is an optional free upgrade to the chainsword that comes normally with your assault marines.
Yeah, and so the kit's loaded with chain axes. It even has.
I think the fact that we need this fourth war of Armageddon, the epic scale, yeah. Chaos Raptors dropped. New Chaos Raptors, yeah, legit. They're just Chaos Raptors, but like better.
If you buy these, it's
better
just,
miniatures.
Points, no points involved, just a straight kit swap. If you're dying to have that classic chainsword loadout, then there's some good news because you can swap the arms with the ones that are on the Mark VI Assault Marines, or you can just get them from the upgrade kit. But I think compliance has never looked better than it does with a chain axe.
There's some great different options in there as well. You've got a couple of heavy chain axes too, which is another upgrade you can put onto some of the models. The Sergeant's got the option for some pistols and close combat weapons.
I really like these. I know Pink.
You can also equip them with combat shields. So loads of different things.
I know Pink is going to want these for her white scars. We're going to plan like this whole Horus Heresy escalation project. I'm going to do like an escalation campaign, and it's going to be set in sort of the mid-late Heresy.
I really like them.
Before the Siege of Terror, it's going to be Emperor's Children versus White Scars. And doing the whole narrative of Eidolon chasing down what he thinks is Jagatai Khan, but it's actually something else. They are they're actually slightly larger because the Raptors are done in old scale.
The Forges of Saturn, and this is really all about Vulcan's.
But like, you can also use Mark VI Assault Squad as Chaos Raptors, but these have the same jump packs as the current Chaos Raptors.
Yeah, there's loads of great new options in this book. Particularly allowing you to do more stuff with your Saturnine miniatures. So there are different, basically, things that you can do to your Saturnine miniatures using other kits, mixing kits together to create new units. So this is a really great example. This is a Saturnine command squad. And what you've got here is a unit that's taken bits from the command squad sprues and also some spare bits from someone who's built a Saturnine Praetor with his axe. You get the hammer spare. You can now give it to characters in your Saturnine command squad and basically make them into a champion. The other option that you can have inside this is to make one of your Saturnine Terminators into a Saturnine
I love
Centurion.
these Thousand Suns. Holy shit. They look lovely.
Saturnine Centurion means that you could now have like 2 tiers of Saturnine Commander you can have in your army, and effectively.
But yeah, no, I'll pass on the Saturnine Command Squad.
Styled army if you wanted to.
Yeah, one of the topics that's handled inside.
But I love this color scheme. Holy shit, that looks beautiful.
Obviously,
like that candy apple red is just
to some extent psychically sensitive. That really plays
top tier.
Thousand Suns love it. It's my favorite.
But there's all sorts of things. It's not just the Thousand Suns that sort of get the rub in this.
Yeah, I'd only get one Saturnine unit.
I'll tell you more about it as we get closer.
Yeah, there's some really interesting stuff about how the different legions have sort of embraced it. So the Thousand Suns have sort of used it as intended to some extent and kind of put all of their psychic pilots inside them. The word bearers immediately crammed it full of demons just to see what would happen. But all of the legions, to some extent, have recognized the lethality of Saturnine technology and find a place for it in their legions.
I kind of like the idea of doing like a big like Alpha Strike with Deep Strike. With the Saturnine Terminators on my Emperor's Children. I think that's the only way the Emperor's Children would thematically use them.
A new mega series on the way. This is the Scouring. This is book 1 called Ashes of the Imperium, and this kicks off a multi-book, multi-author mega series set in the ashes of the Imperium. It's a perfect title. The Horus Heresy is ended. The Emperor is mortally wounded in the Golden Throne. The War Master is dead. The forces of the traitor legions are in full retreat. What happens next? So this series begins essentially at that premise. And here we have a very understandable confrontation between a battered and damaged Rogel Dawn.
Holy shit, Rogel Dawn looks so fucked up.
Gilliman, who has arrived pristine with reinforcements, and as you can see, they're at loggerheads already. Black Library are super excited for us to be announcing this today because
I'm very excited to see what happens in the Scouring series.
Carefully
very exciting.
Battle of writers and creatives that have been plotting out a multi-book series, which we're going to see play out over several years. I'm really, really excited by this.
I think you were saying to me earlier on that there's kind of like 3 core themes out there that's being explored through this.
So in a nutshell, and without spoiling anything for those of you who want to enjoy it, I promise you spoiler-free, there are 3 principal themes. Theme number 1 is what happens with the legions Astartes, right? They've essentially caused all of this, or their brothers have. They've ruined the work of the Great Crusade. The Imperium is in tatters. What is the place for the Space Marine legions in the wake of this catastrophe? For the traitor legions, the second of these sort of perspectives.
I wonder what the
whole purpose for doing this has now failed. The Chaos Gods withdraw some of their power. So suddenly they thought they were onto a good thing, and now they're relatively alone and at sea. How do they survive? How do they regroup? The third group is, in my opinion, maybe the most compelling, which is what of humanity, right? They've just watched these demigods wage war across the Imperium, ruin everything, destroy the Emperor's great works. The Emperor is mortally wounded. How do they respond? How does humanity rally, and how does it perceive the place of the Space Marine legions that remain?
Absolutely, and I think
Gilliman's hair is very yellow, don't you think? It doesn't really look blonde.
If you have read all of the Horus Heresy from Horus Rising all the way through the full novel series and then gone through the Siege of Terror, first of all, very well done. There's a lot of books to read, some great stories in there. But if you are new to the Horus Heresy and kind of the setting and the era, you can absolutely just jump in with Ashes of the Imperium and treat the Scouring.
Oh yeah, they haven't been rubricked yet.
I have to give a little bit of a shout out to Chris Raitt as well, who is the author.
Yeah, no, this is very hype.
He is a true gangster of words. He's written some of the really fantastic.
Don't ever say a true gangster of words again, my guy. Don't do it. Don't do it. You sound like the whitest white guy in the world.
Sort of sits outside the rest of these sort of.
A true gangster of worlds, really.
And it's like top tier Black Library fiction, and might be a fun way to sort of whet your appetite for more Chris Raitt. As we approach the release of this, we're going to have a full-length interview with Chris talking about Ashes of the Imperium and all of the care and consideration that's gone into it and the narrative that unfolds. More on that on Warhammer Community as we have it.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I think
that was awesome.
Cool.
I really am super excited for it. We're not done yet.
No, we're not done.
We promised that we would.
Yeah, there's only one thing I really just want in a game or a board game, and that's just ship. Yes, fucking boarding actions are top tier. I fucking love boarding actions.
Heroes for 5 of the first founding chapters.
Right, this is Vulcan Heston. So this is a model returning that has previously.
I don't give a shit about salamanders, but that's a cool model.
Plastic. Vulcan Heston is a famed hero of the Salamanders chapter.
Wait,
and
Heston?
His particular mission is to scour the galaxy looking for the relics
Heston?
left by his Primarch.
Is that what he's called? Heston?
He wears some of those relics himself.
What?
He is equipped with an artificial suit of
I didn't
armor.
realize his name was Heston.
Handheld
That's the official pronunciation by Games Workshop chat. I thought it was like. I thought it was. I thought it had different like emphasis.
You weren't sure he was as cool as he can be. He's
Vulcan Heston.
Fire there as well. He is probably the most iconic Salamanders character that exists in.
It's a very cool model, though.
It's great to see him.
Yeah, no.
In plastic. He has
they've
a
done,
couple of head options.
They've done a really good job.
Health and safety first.
Both of them look very, very cool indeed. He is only one of the 5 new Space Marine characters.
Next up, we have a very iconic and well-known hero returning in a
Darnath Lysander.
Lysander first.
I like his model as well. I look forward to using it as a kit bash.
He's been remade in the sort of new Terminator armor style that we saw for the first time.
Yeah, the same scale as the ones in the recent.
Yeah,
and he is a substantial man in that armor. He has an enormous storm shield. He's carrying that incredible looking thunder.
That's a very cool model. Holy shit, though.
Right up there, yeah. I think the lion might.
That shield,
but we're talking top 3, right? Yeah, everything you'd expect from this iconic hero of the Imperial Fists chapter.
Nice to see a helmeted option in there.
Yeah, absolutely. They're taking the.
If you don't want to paint a face, and sometimes you just want to get him on the battlefield nice and fast.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't yellow, I don't know. I might find it easy to paint the flesh, to be honest. He is not.
That's true. Yellow is
There
not an
are
easy
5
color
of
to
them
paint.
altogether. So next up we have Canok Var, a new character.
Ooh!
Hands chapter. This is the captain of the Averni clan.
Yeah. The equivalent to your kind of captain of the first
That
company.
power maul. That's a power maul, right?
As, the recent
Power
new
club?
Terminator kits. Some really lovely little features on here. Really leaning
Shock
into the
maul?
kind of Iron Hands lore. You've got lots of nods towards his.
They've got some
technological
genuinely
know-how and their
really
kind of
good
alliance
Space
with the,
Marine models. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
he's got sort of servo skulls.
You want the
attacked
shield
by
for your
data
Ogren?
that's sort of conjuring information.
I
He's
like
got
that club
one
as
in the
well.
corner. He looks like he's projecting a fortress of redemption.
Yeah, he's got like a little holograph of perhaps a building that they're.
Yeah,
planning to
no.
besiege.
All
I
three
think
of
my
these
favourite
Space
thing in this
Marine
model is
characters
actually
have
the
looked
power
great
maul,
so
which is
far.
shaped after a Tetsubo, not a
They've
weapon
got
that you
two
see.
more, so there's definitely a
Really
White
works
Scar
in this sort of
one.
Straightforward, practical, extremely brutal.
Who else?
Next
What
up,
the
I
first
think
founding
for many people, This
chapter?
will be the sort of
This one's cool, guys.
the model which fires your imagination.
Oh,
Raven
yeah.
Guard have a new chapter master.
Absolutely love this guy.
Who the fuck is
the new
this?
chapter master of the Raven Guard. And you might be saying, Eddie, they already have a chapter master. What happened to Shrike? Shrike has led the Raven Guard for some years, but has decided actually his place is better in the shadows as the captain of stealth assaults, and he has left Ethion Shan to lead the Raven
That's
Guard
a
as their,
very
as
cool
figurehead,
model.
their
I
commander,
actually
and the
prefer it with the
adventure
helmet
is
on. I think that
absolutely
hood looks a bit
phenomenal. We
dumb.
very recently had Logan Grimnar released.
Look at this guy trying to look like he's a fucking Dark Angel. But no, that looks great.
Phenomenally cool looking chapter master.
That looks great.
He's
Holy
redolent
shit.
in sort of the imagery of the Raven Guard chapter that you'd expect to see. There's those sort of tassels that sort of dangle from him with the. Sort
You
of
like the red
Superman
cloth
strips
hanging from
of
him?
Deliverance. He's got
Yeah,
feathers and
but you know what I don't
He's
get?
got 3 head options. Aethon Shan is a really just tremendous centipede model.
He looks like he's like just landed there. I feel like there should be a bit more motion to the weird cloth things.
And there's one more.
But this is very cool.
Sabodin Khan. He is the first captain of the White Scars chapter.
That's
He
sick.
leads its first company.
God, I
on
love
this
that face.
just
Holy shit.
Mighty-looking grav bike. It's got a Gatling cannon mounted into the front. He's just the perfect embodiment of that White Scars hero huntsman archetype.
I love that. I love how they've done the frame of the bike. Looks very similar to the regular Outriders.
The jet bike is very reminiscent of some of their Heresy era designs on their dreadnoughts and things like that. We've got the model with us in a second. We're going to have a kind of look at it. But
That's a fantastic
some
model.
beautiful
Holy
detail on the
shit.
back. He's got kind of Chigorian shields and sheaths and decapitated enemy
Holy
heads
shit.
and stuff like that. It's just the most.
Love the
White
addition of
Scars
the
that
Dark
you've
Eldar head.
you've ever
It's
seen.
nice. Yeah. Yeah, I
Fits
know.
beautifully
I like
in
that
line
as
with
well.
lots of Outriders and fast-moving stuff. It's been
That's
quite a long
that's
wait
very
for the White
cool.
Scars to
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
a character on a bike,
The
and
characters
it's
like-
well worth
you
it.
have to walk, haven't they?
Yes.
So not anymore.
Holy shit.
Really beautiful.
No Pedro
Um,
Cantor
How do
though.
I get my hands on these? You say there's some questions to answer there. There's a series of combat patrols coming out. Listen carefully, and I'll explain the one piece of nuance to this. Sabodin Khan is in the White Scars combat patrol. You see it here. It's 3 Outrider bikes, an Intercessor Assault Squad, a transport, and Sabodin Khan.
Nah,
He
mid.
will be available separately.
Why would you
not
have a
long after the release of
transport
his combat
for
patrols.
10
He's the only
troopers?
one of these new heroes that comes in.
I only have 5 in there. That's really dumb.
Are
That's a terrible
available
combat
separately, but
patrol.
Here are the combat patrols
It
that
doesn't
come out
work
with
in the combat patrol game
So we
type.
have an Imperial Fist combat patrol.
Why does that have so many
full
more
of heavily
models?
armored Imperial Fist troops. You've got.
I mean,
Terminators,
it's a good combat patrol.
Command group.
Like this is
Just
genuinely
wonderful.
just a good combat
Next
patrol.
up, Iron Hands, heavy intercessors, heavy weapons, everything you might expect from these tough, durable warriors.
That's
of the
cool and
Iron,
all, but no one
Hands
likes the
chapter.
servo turrets.
The Raven Guard, a bit more.
Fast and Phobos.
Yeah, fast.
way to
That's
do it.
good. I like that. That was strong.
Yeah, Raven Guard's
they get
okay.
amongst it much faster. Imagine Aethon Shan leading
No
that
Chaos
team
Legion
together.
patrols, thanks
But
G-dubs.
what if you just want to
We
carry
all know
all
that
the
Chaos
flames
Marines
all
are
the
second-class
time?
citizens,
Every
chat.
model in this entire combat patrol has something that makes you hotter.
Either a melter gun or a flamethrower
Yeah.
in some way, shape, or form.
See, again, this is a really good
There's
starter
some
set.
who may
Like,
be,
if you wanted to get
willing
into Salamanders, this would be a really
But you know
good and
what? That
thematic,
is a lot of flame
really
round
good
or
and
melter
thematic
round
set to
people
start
can
with, I think.
Some new transfers in those kits as well, Adam. I know you
Yeah,
were a very
no,
big fan of that when we were looking through.
Oh, is his
my
favorite
secret
is
nerd
the
part
flag
of
bearer.
I get really excited by
Yeah,
transfer.
no, I agree.
I can't do freehand to save my life, but I can stick a decal on with the best of them. Each of these will come with its own transfer
I
sheet,
really like that Imperial
which
Fist
means
one.
that you can apply all the details.
Like, it just comes with a lot of really useful miniatures, just for getting into Space
Marines
Marines in
The
general.
Imperial Fist one has some decals that do Crimson Fists. So if you were a fan of the Crimson Fists successors, then you can fill your boots. We'll show you those ahead of time so you can sort of plan your purchases and your painting experiences as we get closer to these.
Yeah,
Have a look at the models.
Yeah, I've got some of the miniatures right here. We've got some
God,
kind of stuff so you can see the scale of them. And we've also got some of the new miniatures. So if we start off over here with the Raven.
These all look like fantastic miniatures, though. Like, genuinely, they've really done a good job.
It's not a small model by any stretch of the imagination, but you sort of get a sense of how big the new chapter
I
master of the
don't
Raven
think
guy
I've
is.
got a
He's
clear
on,
favourite,
a
in all
big base. He's
honesty.
gonna be
I
quite
think they all look
intimidating,
fantastic.
Character is certainly going to be the largest of your infantry models, probably standing not far off the height of a Redemptor Dreadnought at the top of his base.
I'm sorry, I'm super tired, chat. It's been a long day.
That he's not that much shorter than either of the two models you just mentioned. He really is very dominating. And then Sabodin Khan next to an Outrider. First of all, check out the sort of similarities between the stylings, the sort of the shape of the bike, very sort of reminiscent of the things that you see on the Outrider. But
yeah, no, I really like that.
There are so many lovely details on this. I really like the shield. There's some sheaths.
Holy shit.
Weapons. There's like, as well as having loads of lovely detail, there's also loads of space if you want to do some like Chigorian freehand or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's going to be up there with the Golden Demons and things, so that where people choose the models.
It's exciting to see what people do with it. So there we are. Space Marine.
Yeah, no.
Surely that's all.
I think actually, yeah, no. I think Darnath Lysander is probably my favourite of these.
On the way, this one's really exciting for me because I got to help a little bit on the team that have brought this to life. I am over the moon to present the first ever officially licensed wearable Space Marine helmet. This is the Lieutenant Titus Mark 10 helmet made by Joytoy. If you've not heard of Joytoy, where have you been hiding? Joytoy make beautiful action figures under license from Games Workshop. They do Warhammer 40,000
That's pretty
ones,
neat.
and they do Warhammer Age of Sigmar ones, and they do Warhammer the Horus Heresy ones, and now they have made this incredible helmet. It's just really something. I can talk about some of its features. Inside, it's got an adjustable sort of headband, so you can change it to fit your head. What that means is that unless you've got the teeniest
Joytoy,
like
lol,
a or a grot, you should be able to make it fit. I have the most preposterous, like, potato head imaginable.
I think I'm going to say what everyone is thinking, which is just put it on.
Yeah, I will. But before I do, so this is the prototype that we've been sort of.
God, that's
working with
huge!
on.
Holy shit!
And before I do, I'm going to flip a switch because we're under very bright studio lights. But inside, can you see the illuminated? A little bit. There's some really great pictures that you'll be able to see later. But I feel like a Space Marine already. This is just
I feel like I'm standing next to a Space Marine. It's incredible.
I mean, it's never felt so good to feel like Lieutenant Titus.
That's very cool.
So the lenses inside illuminate. You can buy it with this lovely display stand as well.
I mean, I'm not going to buy it.
It looks like something straight out of.
Not going to buy it. This is like it's one of those. It's a really silly purchase.
When he's finished.
But no.
Campaign. It's your choice whether you want to get the helmet separately or with that, but I've had this in my office for quite a while and it looks really cool.
Not something I would buy. I agree, Nurgle. Very cool though. Like, very, very cool.
I'm glad you asked. The answer is, when this preview show is done, the pre-orders begin. So you will be able to go to warhammermerch.com.
Lol. Chat, who's pre-ordering this right now?
Yeah, I'm just over the moon to see this in the flesh, in real world. Very, very exciting. We're still not done with Warhammer 40,000.
Damn right you're not.
Go to Kill Team.
Oh wait, no. Show me more actual Warhammer shit. Oh. Okay, so we got some cool new Necron stuff. Ooh, what is that? That looks cool as shit. Geomancer. Oh shit, an actual Deathwatch kill team. Enter the Crypt. Kill Team Tomb World.
An amazing new box for Kill Team.
Oh, I like that.
Expansion, 2 brand new kill teams, a new kill zone some incredible miniatures. Let's take a look. This
Ooh!
is Kill Team Tomb World, and you get absolutely loads in this box.
It's just bursting with cool
This
stuff. Right?
might be the best Kill Team box we've released. It's
bold
way up
claim,
there.
and I
Isn't it?
struggle
Oh
to
my
argue.
god, that's cool as
There's some beautiful
fuck.
stuff in here. I mean, if we talk about the battlefield first, you've got some absolutely amazing Necron scenery, in a little bit like the Into the Dark scenery we saw
Yeah, absolutely.
a little while back, and certainly allows you to play games in that same sort of style. Doesn't replace it necessarily, but allows you to play that kind of close confines. Up close
Yeah,
battle.
it's a little bit
And
like the boarding
really
actions,
thematic.
Gallo
It's got
Dark kind of.
undead
Is it Gallo
Necron
Dark?
crypts as the warriors wake from their eons long slumber.
God, I
Kill
love the
Teams
like
themselves are
sleeping
probably
Necron
where
warriors
the biggest
there.
weapon is. So if we start off with the Death Watch Kill Team, this is the return of the original Kill Team. The name Kill Team itself comes from the concept of Death Watch, and they have come out with an amazing new range of miniatures. There are 10 of these guys in the box. You can build them in a whole range of different ways, and there are some lovely features. Adam, have you got any favourites from the
I mean,
mix
for
there?
me, I'm all about the big firepower, right? So, sort of bottom right, you have a Flesh Terrier holding a frag cannon, because that's the best way to greet the Xenos, right?
Wait, that's a grenade. Oh, that looks cool. I thought that was a heavy
I
bolter.
happen to know he is. One of the things that's really striking about this set is that there's loads of different heraldic devices
Yeah,
available.
some quite obscure chapters as well.
Yeah, I mean, so Flesh Terriers are perhaps not obscure, but they're not necessarily what you might expect. For example, top center, that's a member of the Wolf Spears, which is one of the few successors to the Space Wolves chapter. You've got an Ultramarine on the right-hand side. The crossed swords on the one bottom
Don't you
left,
mean on the
I
left,
think
my
is probably
guy?
making him a guardian of the
I
Covenant.
think you might
But,
be right. You might be right.
And as a Dark Angels collector, that's quite exciting.
We had a fun game earlier on where we tried to guess all the different chapters.
Yeah.
A red scorpion in there as well that you can't quite make.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
12 more that you can see here. So if you see any that are a chapter that you're interested in, shout them out in the chat. I think the top middle guy is going to get some attention.
That's a
There's lot of fans
raptor.
for those guys. Loads of
Feel if there's
options.
sal-
loads
is
of
that
different
salamander?
specializations for your kill team to be built with. They really are the
I don't know, the guy on the
personification
right
of
looks a
weapons
bit like
for the
Hank
job
Hill
when
to
you start a
me.
game.
And when you play Kill Team,
I don't know
the way
why.
this,
I don't know
the way
why,
any Kill Team
chat.
works is that you have a roster of different
This is
warriors,
very
and
cool.
then you can choose the ones you want before your game starts. You get 10 models in this box to make your Kill Team. You've got loads of different options, and then you choose before each game. Your Kill Team in-game will be 5 of those warriors, and you can pick any 5 you want.
I mean, check it out with the underslung grenade launcher and all of the grenades just in the harness.
It's great to see a mix of Gravis and Phobos and Tacticus
absolutely.
as well. So that's a Gravis, effectively a heavy intercessor archetype, but he's even more upgunned than you might expect a normal heavy intercessor to be, which have already got quite big guns. In game terms, the Death Watch have got all sorts of specialist Xenos killing kit, but one of their things is effectively in each turning point you can choose one of them to use a special piece of ammunition, and you can basically pick a special rule for that gun to have, so you can be blast or precision.
That's
or,
very cool.
Extra AP or something like that. So
Dude, chat.
kind of
Should we
quite
get
long-standing concept
should we
of
get
having
this?
the ammunition to do exactly the job you need to
By the
do
time it comes out,
straight
we'll have the
into Kill Team,
tabletop,
as well as
like
just
the
being
tabletop streaming
pretty
space
good all-round
set up.
Space Marines, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We can do
but
a
they're not the
little
only thing in the kit, although
little
you might
game.
Excuse our enthusiasm for thinking. So there's also the Canoptic Circle. These are the Necron guardians of this tomb complex. Essentially, their job has been to oversee the reanimation protocols of all of the Necrons that you see in these alcoves. We'll show you some more of the terrain in a bit. And so these are the sentinels that are ready to now sort of attack the.
God, I
It's
love
good about
this
the business
guy.
waking up all the
Like,
Necrons,
look
and
at
all
his
of a sudden
look
this
at his
very
like
rude kill team of Death
like
Watch burst into their
fucking
crypt and decided to start
human
wrecking
centipede
the place, so
ass
they've had to,
looking body. Holy shit!
mobilize against them. It is a very powerful kill team. This is the
Look at that
Canoptic
star.
Circle. It is led by a Geomancer, which is a type of cryptech. That's the model you can see there. She is the leader of the warband, and she definitely kind of is the core of the force, right? So
And she's big and powerful.
she's
right?
big and powerful. Yeah, she alone can take on a Space Marine, but the other troops in her force need her.
God,
to kind of
that's
be at the
so
center to kind of
cool.
coordinate the efforts. You've got a few
Why the
different
long
other
face?
models in the mix there as well. As
Yes.
the Geomancer, you have.
I love that model.
So the larger thing on the left-hand side with the guns on the top is the Tomb Crawler.
Yep.
Then sort of the right hand, and there's another one sort of central to the right-hand side. Then the smaller things, they are your reanimators or your warriors. So normally, day to day, they'd just be pooling around, making sure everything's safe and well. They'd be reanimating some Necrons, but you know when the Death Watch come knocking, they leap into action.
Yeah, the crawlers have got some particularly formidable weaponry, right? So like they're up against the Death Watch kill team. So the guns on those can take out a Space Marine if they get a good solid round of firepower. They are one of the you've got your kind of central character which does all the kind of utility stuff. Then you've got 2 really good solid gun platforms, and then you've got the rest of the force which whizzes around and does the objective taking stuff. So it's a really flexible little kill team. Also worth pointing out that the box has a bunch of Necron warriors. Yep. Why does it have a bunch of Necron warriors, you might ask? They're not in the kill team. Well, one of the other things that you get inside this box is rules for playing basically co-op missions where you both play as Death Watch and you're up against hordes, undying hordes of Necron warriors.
Joint operations is super fun.
That sounds really, really cool. Holy shit.
Death Watch kill team sort of stalking around a Necron, awakening Necron tomb complex is almost too appealing to say no to.
And just a great other
That's so cool.
Have a look around this board and you can see in some of those alcoves there are those reanimating Necrons and stuff.
And there's like weird portals and glyphs and all sorts of stuff.
Replete with cool imagery. There's fallen masonry you can imagine.
Yeah, no, I genuinely think Kill Team 2 Wild, this is like one of the coolest sets G-Dubs has done, I think.
This is going to be just peak Warhammer adventures in.
You can recreate the Mechanicus. You can recreate the Mechanicus game. You can do Mechanicus with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
There'll be a way to use your Death Watch.
You just need to get some Skitarii and some Tech Priests.
A new dossier that comes with
now you have to wait a year to get them. Lol. Oh yeah, watch how they're scalped to shit. These are gonna get scalped so hard.
Let's have a look at some of these.
They're so good. Holy shit.
Because that gives a sense of the scale.
I mean, the Death Watch are cool. Like, I like the Death Watch, but this bitch here, she's so fucking cool.
So there's some like narrative around the events here, which is quite cool. We were having a read. So when we learned that the Geomancer was in fact a lady. If you haven't already twigged yet, this is a raptor. This guy. So you get a nice mix of scale from obviously the Geomancer and the reanimators on the sides. Loads of stuff to feast on. This is going to be a very exciting time for Kill Team. I think the Death Watch are very popular with lots of fans, and they're so iconic within the concept of Kill Team.
Hey Joey.
Wouldn't be an
Hammers are boring. We've been looking at so many cool things.
Was sort of
we got some Chorfs on the go. The Chorfs look amazing.
I think we've done it.
We've done it.
No.
We're around the 90-minute mark. I did say it would be a long one, but we've shown you all of our Warhammer previews. We should go to question corner. That was a good prompt. Well done. Simon, there's probably a question or 3, right?
There's quite a few.
No, just regular Chorfs for Age of Sigmar. They look amazing though. I think I might. I think I might. I think
minis, resin or plastic.
They are plastic.
Multi-part plastic kits.
Like Joey, I think I might get into AOS with the Chorfs. Like properly get into AOS.
It is similar. I don't think it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Are there space Chorfs? Not yet.
So we've got.
But there might be. I think there might be someday.
Warbands or any of the re-released Grand Alliance warbands be receiving rules to use them in Warhammer Age of
Sigmar. I'm going to put a poll up, chat. When this ends, what do you want to do?
I'm not going
we can paint or play a game.
My face as a face of
I did say I'd paint.
One thing that is worth saying is that quite a lot of the new battle tomes have a place for the Warhammer Underworld's warbands as generic archetypes of that thing. So the Gloomspite kits, for example, you've got a place for the wolf.
I think that's
I will have a little stretch
That's
though,
probably the
after
place
this.
that you'll find them going forwards.
Yeah, that's fair. The Hellsmiths are going into Warcraft. We said that already.
Yes. Yeah.
Well done us.
So
It's been a long night.
the Adepts Astartes ones we've just seen. Does Super?
I don't even know what I do, chat. Honestly, like I guess we'd probably play Night Rain or maybe Darktide. We could Night Rain. I'm thinking either Night Rain or Darktide. I did say I'd paint though. Like I'm not fully set up because I literally I got home and then all of this started.
So where can we
look? There's a poll. There's a poll at the top of chat. You can vote on the poll.
The rules will be available.
And then we'll do whatever chat wants.
So some of the rules, if the character is being re-released.
Well, we did literally prime minis just to paint today.
The other rules will be available.
I need to tidy up my painting.
I'm really glad you asked about the lore because I know
station a little bit.
Phil Kelly from the Warhammer 40,000 lore team came and had a chat with me, and they've written full background for each of these characters and narrative stories, which will be.
I do need to switch some things around though.
When that happens, I'm super excited because I don't know anything about Aethon Shan and I want to learn his story. So yes, there we go.
Awesome. So we've got 2 more quick ones if we can.
There's definitely going to be a little teaser at the end. Like, you remember how they did the Emperor's Children right after the reveal show?
Certain units ever going to be revisited?
So that's a good question. So we do know that there will be more things released in plastic across the course of this edition. With some of those plastic kits, you may see war gear options returning that have previously been available. You might also see some war gear options that have never existed before added to those units. So hopefully that answers some of the question.
Yeah, Grant. One last one was on the scouring. How many books can we expect to see in the series?
At least 1, because it's got the number 1 on the side of it. I don't want to steal the thunder of any future sort of news from Black Library other than to announce it today. But what they have told us, and it was one of the best conversations of my professional life ever, to sit down with the editing team.
You were playing Rogue Trader earlier today.
Poured the scouring lore into my.
Can I actually play Act 2 this time? Hell yeah! Have you got any DLC? The DLCs are great. Like genuinely, some of my favorite content in the game. It's looking like you'll wanna chill and paint. We can chill and paint.
Possibly get to either scrolling past so quick is all I could do to find the ones I got. But yeah,
that's great. So what remains, I guess, at this point in the juncture is, first of all, to thank all of you for tuning in and spending.
Chat, do you want to review anything else? You still need Kill Team Cash-Chan and Kill Team Imperial Knights.
Awesome.
Kill Team Imperial Knights just would be the tech cruise.
If you want to know more, go to warhammercommunity.com. Read the articles that are there on the website.
They add more story, more characters, more companion, more companion characters. Like about 10 to 15 hours gameplay per thing. They also add little improvements to the base game.
Now is what we're going back to. So you can hang around here.
Like new classes as well.
True.
The copper is very coded.
The helmet.
There's a limited amount of British accents. Yeah, no, I get you, Joey.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Brilliant. Right. Thank you, Simon, for asking questions. Thanks to the crew here who've made it.
The Death Cult Assassin is amazing, but I don't think she's necessary to anything. I feel like the RBTs guy really adds a fair bit. The real question is if they're gonna tease something else at the end, because they did tease Emperor's Children at the end of the preview show. I don't know. I think that's it. Painting Space Wolves. Oh no. I want there to be more. That kill team is great though. I think that's it, chat. Yeah, it looks like it's over. Hey Moo! Do you think they'll remember Drukari exists in 10th? Apparently not. Apparently not. Yeah, no, that was it. Hey Moo, how you doing? I like the Votan.
Bonus arms.
Holding onto his little.
I like the Votan, not enough to really care about them.
All sorts of stuff. So there's the kind of shot of the full army there, but let's take a closer look at some of the specific.
What else was
models,
cool?
Units being added
have a quick rundown of highlights.
I
thought the Tomb King stuff was kind of nice, but again, not very big. Not very big on Tomb Kings.
The model itself are very cool.
The AOS stuff was kind of just like whatever, except for the Actually, no, that's a lie. I like the Death guys. They got some cool stuff.
Spearhead, so you can use it straight in games of Spearhead, or Spearhead for the Nighthawk.
Especially this. This was cool.
It's just.
But my favorite thing, my favorite one, I think
army sets arriving alongside
this
new battle
here.
The army set
this was probably one of my favorite things.
Spearhead force for the Hellsmith.
The whole like.
But that's not it.
But that's not it.
Especially like.
Is really cool.
Especially this thing. This right here. This is just so nice, so angular.
Very, very cool miniature. It's a 2-for-1.
Yeah, I also agree. The Sporf Wave 2 is really nice.
Also makes your Demon Smith on Infernal Taurus. There's a bunch of options
really
on this
like
kit as well, which is
this.
amazing. So I can't wait
Okay.
to do with this.
What
kit.
else is... What else?
Who are all about protecting nature. But
I don't really
think
care
it's
about
phenomenal.
Underdark, Underworlds, whatever.
At least a little bit.
You don't get to play with that much demon
You
power.
know,
and
I mean,
not
you have tusks growing out. So this is the new Mark II assault.
Really
Mark
like
II is
these.
kind of
Really
one of the
like
more brutal
these.
looking of the
But
various
my
different
Emperor's
faces coming
Children
out,
will have
and these guys have
Mark
ramped that up
6.
even
Wait, what was
But
this
they're
Saturnite?
very
The
heavily
Forges of
armored
Saturn.
Suits of armor that we've seen in the Saturnine box.
Yeah, there's loads of great new options in this book.
I don't like that
Particularly
they've
more
said,
stuff
oh
with
yeah,
the
kit
Saturnine
bash
miniatures.
shit
So,
out of like
there are different
leftover bits.
basically
I feel like
different
that's kind of
miniatures
mid.
using other kits,
I don't
mixing kits together to
don't
create new
like that.
units. So
Oh
this is a
yeah,
great
we've
example.
just
This is
made
the
a bunch of
Saturnine
stuff
Command Squad.
that
What you've got
was
here
kit
is
bashed
taken
into
this from the
Legends.
Command Squad
So to me,
brief
it feels like
and also
anything
some
that
spare
you
bits
make
from someone
out
who
of
built
this
the,
book is going to go
Saturnine
straight into
Blade Sword with
Legends,
axe. You
and
get the
it's
hammer
just a
spare.
bit
You can now give it to
disingenuous.
characters, in your Saturnine
I
Command Squad to
don't
make them into a
trust that
champion.
book to
The
matter
other option
in
you
about
have
3
inside
years'
this is to
time.
make one of your Saturnine Terminators into
The same with
a
anything I
Saturnine
would
Centurion.
build out of it.
That's
Hey,
the
Ligma.
Thousand Suns guy on the
I really do
arm
like this paint
there.
job, though.
Saturnine Centurion means that you could now have
It
an
has, but
infinity
they've
of
also
Saturnine
invalidated a
Terminators you
ton
have in
of
your
stuff
army, and
that's been
effectively
like
unlocks the ability to have an
in kit
entire
bashes
Saturnine
with
style
3.0.
armor if you wanted to.
Yeah, one of the topics that's handled inside this.
Who's the one talking?
Tactica is,
In the background, that's the Warhammer preview people. Yeah, so I'm not impressed. This very cool. Very excited for more very excited for the scouring. I don't know how much of it I'm actually going to have the time to read, but I'm excited for it. Really like the artwork. Why is Gilliman's hair? Why is it yellow? It's not blonde. It really isn't blonde. It's just like, it's just yellow. It's the same yellow that this is, don't you think? It's weird, really weird and unnatural. Yeah, all of the Space Marine characters look amazing. Like, genuinely. They all look great. I think this guy is probably my favorite, though. I don't really like the Imperial Fists very much. But Lysander's model is very cool. The posing, the expression, really good. I like the Iron Hands guy, but he's also not the most impressive. I think he's the one that's like, yeah, he looks aight. He looks aight. But that's all I can say about him, which is a bit weird. When he's next to all of these very cool miniatures, like this guy, you know? And this one, the White Scars guy, it's so good. It's so good, chat. Holy shit. The face, it's so expressive. Hey, Sliv. He is the golden child. Yes. Caption. Dawn, where is Gilliman? Where was Gilliman when the Westfold fell? Literally, yeah. Gotta have the token Iron Hand model, and that's true. No one gives a shit about the Iron Hands, chat. No one. Let's have a look at these combat patrols again, actually. I'm curious. White Scars doesn't function as a combat patrol. I don't even think it functions as a start collecting White Scars box. Like, it has the monopose fucking Outriders, which are terrible miniatures, by the way. Genuinely awful miniatures to build. It has, like 5 Assault Intercessors. And a transport. It has a transport that you can't even fill fully with the units that are in it. Every time I look at this, the only good thing about this box set is this guy. He's the only thing that looks good in here. Everything else is just kind of like whatever, you know? Everything else, just like take all this, and yeet it into the bin. Or actually, get rid of this, and just give me like fucking 3 squads of Outriders and 2 ATVs. That'd be a much more thematic and cooler fucking thing. Half load for the APC. I know, right? What's the point? What is the point in this? Just give me 3 squads of Outriders, 2 ATVs, and this guy. That'd be a fantastic, fantastic set. Like, I don't know what they were smoking when they came up with this idea for a combat patrol. It's not even a good start collecting a White Scars box. It's just bad. It's just genuinely bad. Like, genuinely. Like, there's not often I see a box where I think there's only one good thing in the box. There's only one good thing. Like, the Outriders, okay, thematic, cool. Yeah, I get that. Give me Outriders, fine. But don't give me this shit. This shit is just crammed in there for no reason. Genuinely. Like, ugh. When I heard that there was going to be a new combat patrol for White Scars. Oh, the paint, don't get me wrong. This isn't a Land Raider, by the way. This is an Impulsor. A Grav transport. Yeah, no, the paint job's fantastic. Like, the paint job's on the White Scars, really good. Really good. But I just think the unit composition of this box. Who's it for? Who is this box for? If you want to get into White Scars, kind of a bit like only kind of like half thematic. If you want to play Combat Patrol, it's kind of a bit shit for the Combat Patrol game because nothing in it is particularly good. Unless this guy, I mean, in Combat Patrol, it's basically this guy is going to carry the whole Combat Patrol in the Combat Patrol game mode. It's not for people that already collect White Scars because they'll have too many Outriders. But again, this is going to be the first place you're going to get this guy. So it is for people that are already into White Scars. I don't know, chat. Like, this genuinely baffles me. I am baffled. Who is this for? Anyway. Imperial Fist is up next. I really like this set. Not because I like...
Here they come!
Sister Hengast just raided with 9 viewers.
Hang! How you doing? How are you doing? I should get some background music on the go. We were watching, we were doing a watch party for the reveal show. How was your stream? You love the first one after the pathetic White Scars one. I know, right? It's just awful. The White Scars one is just awful. Anything would look good. Anything would look good after the White Scars one. But this one, you get a full squad, 2 squads of 5 intercessors. Great. A squad of 5 Terminate. Like, that's just good basic infantry. Okay, anyone who already collects Space Marines has enough of these. Don't need any more. Terminators, new kit. A brand new multi-part plastic kit. Great. New Company Heroes. Fantastic box set. I love the Company Heroes box set. Like, I love everything about this box set. It's one of my favorite units that they've added in 10th edition. And it's just a shame it doesn't actually... It's not as functional as it could be. I mean, my main incentive for getting the... I mean, I wouldn't... Like, this is just a good... Hey, I want some more Space Marines. What can I get? This is probably one of the best values for... Hey, I want some Space Marines boxes. Yeah, the Fist Patrol. I'm probably going to get this Combat Patrol. Not because I like Imperial Fist, but because I want this stuff for my Cowled Warden's army. I think it's good. Wait, hang on. I just realized it's not just 2 intercessors. You got 1 squad of heavy intercessors and 1 squad of normal intercessors. Like, this is just really good value for money in a Combat Patrol box as well. Because this is an expensive kit. This is an expensive kit. And this is an expensive kit. Like, this is just good units for the Combat Patrol game type. Good value for money. Like, I don't really have a Cald Warden, like a captain for my Cald Wardens. I don't have an Ancient. I don't have a company. Like, these are all really useful to me. Yeah, these are heavy intercessors in the back. You can see they're in Gravis armor. They're in Gravis armor. They've got heavy bolt rifles and a heavy bolter. And the Iron Hands one. Let's have a look at the Iron Hands one. Wait, yeah, this is Imperial Fists. You've got heavy intercessors here in the top left. And you've got regular intercessors in the top right. You can tell by the backpacks as well. They're super chunky. They've got the Gravis hood thing. They've got the bigger leg plates. Like, it's a really good combat patrol. Like, it's a really good, hey, get into Space Marines combat patrol. This is going to sell like hotcakes. There's no way it won't. Like, I have plenty of Space Marines. I want this. I want this set. I'm going to get this. As a Fist fan, girls, you're bursting with excitement. It's going to be great for the Combat Patrol game set. Like, even though the Company Heroes is not that good on the tabletop, this is going to be a really strong unit for Combat Patrol games. Terminators, also really strong in Combat Patrol games. There's not that much that can deal with a 4-up invulnerable in Combat Patrol. Yeah, like again, like, this is just if you have Space Marines and you want more Space Marines and you don't have these, or you don't have enough Terminators, you want to maybe dip into these. You maybe need some extra bodies for kit bashing with the Intercessors. This is your go-to. You could do so much with this. You could do so much with this set. You don't even have to give a shit about Imperial Fists. I don't. Salamanders. Comes with the name characters. You get these for your Dark Krakens. Exactly. No matter what you want. If you've got a Space Marine arm, if you want to do something Space Marine related, get this. It's too good to pass up. If you need to add anything to your Space Marine army, it's too good. Oh yeah, we skipped the Iron Hands one by accident. Oh, wait, no. This is the Iron Hands one. 2 squads of heavy intercessors, the servo turrets, the Fire Strike servo turrets, and a Tech Marine. This is I don't like it. I think it's actually just terrible. I personally think it's terrible. Like, heavy intercessor, like, this is cool for thematics. I really like that thematically. But it just sits there and does nothing. It's not proactive. If anything, like, I'd probably say this makes more... Nah, actually, no, it doesn't make more sense. Never mind. No, I want to like it. But I think you're getting shafted by this unit selection. If they threw in an extra turret, maybe I'd think it was a good value for money. But you're getting one box. Wait, no, hang on. 2 boxes of heavy intercessors, the servo turrets, and a Tech Marine. These aren't expensive kits for what they are. I did see the Death Watch. Yeah, I actually quite... I want to like it, but I can't like this Iron Hands one. I can't like the Iron Hands one. It's just kind of mid. The Raven Guard one, however, I like it. I like it. A lot of new kits in the Captain and the Assault Intercessor. Yeah, I feel like for 2 turrets, it's not worth getting. Yeah, there's no point in getting it for the 2 servo turrets. Like, maybe if it came with a Dreadnought, if it came with, like, a Ballistus Dreadnought instead of the 2 servo turrets, that would be even better. This is the most meta one. I don't know enough about the Combat Patrol minigame to really comment on meta. But, like, this is going to be incredibly powerful in combat patrol. The captain is a nice model. Like, I really like the jump captain. And I also really like the jump intercessors. These are fantastic. Oh, but for big game, maybe. And I like the Phobos. I like Phobos armor. I'll be honest, I didn't like Phobos armor at first. But the whole tactical Space Marine light power armor has kind of grown on me. Over time. Like, I kind of, like, have started to find the aesthetic kind of nice. I don't think it's the best looking power armor, but I don't hate it as much as I did when I first saw it. But this is a good combat patrol. Even if you're not a Raven Guard fan, and you just want to add a little bolt-on expansion to your force, this is probably okay. Like, one squad of jump intercessors is probably good for, like, deep strike, doing secondaries and all that kind of stuff. The Invicta Tactical Warsuit, I don't actually know how this functions on the tabletop. Never seen one in-game, never used one, don't own the model. I'd probably pick this up, in all honesty, just to get some different things and try some stuff out. It seems on the theme for this one is what the meta chasers use. But I don't think meta chasers really, like, use these units. Like, a squad of infiltrators I've heard is meant to be just quite good to do deep strike denial. You can probably build them as Reavers as well. Reavers apparently are quite good. I don't know what tactical warsuits are good. The warsuit with the big bolt pit. I thought it was a twin autocannon. I like warsuit has Scouts 8. Oh, that's... Yeah, no. I get why people would like that. That's really strong. That's really strong for, like, the early game. Pushing up and getting board control. I might pick this up. But I don't know if I will. The Imperial Fist one is definite. This is, it's dropped to Scout now rather than Infiltrate. Yeah. Like, I might pick this one up if, like, I don't have any... If I've got time. But, like, there's no rush. I don't think these combat patrols are going anywhere anytime soon. The Fist one is peak. Like, it's just peak Space Marines in general. This one's okay. Like, genuinely, I don't... like, if I got this, I'd probably use most of the stuff in it at some point. This... In fact, chat. Now that I think about it, do you know what this is really for? This is for someone who wants to expand on the Blood Angels combat patrol. That's what this is for. You get this, you get the Blood Angels combat patrol, boom, 1,000 points of Space Marines, done. Ready, army ready to go. And you have really strong units for the Blood Angels. Do you not think? Like, if you're a Blood Angels collector, you get both those combat patrols. You've got, like, the jump captain and jump intercessors. Really good. You can even turn them into Death Company jump assault intercessors. It works really, really well. Genuinely. Genuinely. You just wish they'd go more into the body modifications for Iron Hands. Like they did, like, for Infiltrators. Have the option of replacing their legs. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I think they do need to just add more bionics in general. And last, we have the Salamanders Combat Patrol. It's alright. You got some Infernus Marines. You got a squad of Assault Intercessors. You got the Eradicators. And you got an Invader ATV. The Mario Kart. I think it's okay value for money. It definitely shuts down the Eradicators. I'll be honest. All of these melters. Hey, G-Man, how you doing? Mario Kart, but the only item you get is a Fire Flower. I don't know, a Melter Gun feels a bit more powerful than a Fire Flower. The Melter Gun is like the triple red shell power-up. Especially with the speed that it moves in. You just finished watching this. It was a good it was a good show, honestly. It was a good show. What can I say about this one? I think that if you want to win the Combat Patrol minigame, this is the one you take. Infernus Marines are incredibly powerful against light infantry and medium infantry. Like they're really good. They will destroy everything. Like, the only thing these have problems with is the Terminators. Because Infernus Marines melt Space Marines in Combat Patrol. You get 2 squads of them. The ATV, this is good against the Dark Angels or the first Chaos Space Marines. You know what? You are right, Hengist. You are right. I don't like that it comes with a named character. But that's just my opinion. Like, I don't like any Combat Patrol that comes with a named character. Because you can't really double up on it, which is a shame. I also don't like Agrax Agatone, or whatever this guy's name is. I just don't like his model. It's a cool model. It's just I don't know why I don't like it, because I think it's a good model, but my brain just doesn't like, I don't vibe with it. I think it's okay. Like, I genuinely think this is an okay Combat Patrol, but I don't know. I think it's okay if you just want a random assortment of Marines. It's very on theme for Salamanders. That's his name until he becomes cool. Agrax Earthshade, lol. Yes. Yes, he is Agrax Earthshade. What comes next is, of course, no one gives a shit about the helmet, because none of us are going to buy it. But let's be honest. Kill Team. Kill Team. Kill Team Tombwild. I have Necrons. I could justify getting the Death Watch Kill Team. It costs 400 Canadian dollars. Fuck that. I mean, I'm pretty sure... What's the conversion rate on Canadian dollars to British pounds? Not that much, I don't think. I really like this. I really like this. I like the sculpts on the Kill Team. I like that these are alternative Space Marine bodies. Like, in unique poses. I really like that. Even though they're very clearly just, like, 5 bodies, and then you just have different pairings for arms. I really like it. Like, I genuinely really like this. This is my favorite miniature, though. I want her. I want her in my Necron army. I should probably get the Hyrotech Circle, actually, now that I think about it, for Kill Team. These are the poses from the original Death Watch Kill Team, but bigger. Really? Nice. I didn't realize that that's what they were doing. But that's super cool. I really like that. Are they meant to be the same characters from it? Pretty much. They just promoticified them. Okay, that makes sense. Let's actually have a look. Original Death Watch Kill Team. I mean, the only one I'm aware of is the Kill Team, the Death Watch veterans. I'm assuming you don't mean Kill Team Cassius, because that looks very different. It's definitely... is it the same as the Kill Team veterans? No, it's not the same as the Kill Team. Oh, maybe, actually. It's not quite the same. It's not quite the same. It's definitely the same, like, kind of units. This guy's weapon has changed. They're different characters, different chapters, but, like... Yeah, this is the same weapon, this is the same weapon. This guy's got a different gun, but he's got the same Necron weapon. This guy is new. It's in the article. Oh, wait, there's a Warhammer community article? That would make sense. Let's have a look at the Warhammer community article. Let's have a look. This could have made sense. I like these. I'm not losing my mind over them, and I'm kind of disappointed that this was the only Horus Heresy, real Horus Heresy stuff we got. Like Legion's Imperialis is cute, but nah, lol. Yeah. These are very cool. One Horde Slayer. These are very cool. They kept all the big guns. Yeah, no, they're definitely like an evolution of it. Man, this is really cool. Like, genuinely. Like, these sculpts are fantastic on the new Space Marines. I think my favorite helmet, my favorite head for this guy is definitely the helmet. The rest of him just kind of looks a bit like, meh. I don't like his head. And I think he's trying too hard to look like a Dark Angel with the hood. Also, there's no way that hood stays up like that when he's got his jump pack flying around. There's no way. What this guy clearly does is he stops to pull his hood up and pose. That's what he does. There's no way he doesn't. Yeah, but he's also perched at an angle. This guy's eight. You like a bird, I guess. I think Equal Attention Iron Hand has definitely got the weakest sculpt of all of these. Definitely the weakest sculpt of these. I don't hate him. I just think that this is the best looking one. I just want him to put his helmet back on. Because I don't give a shit about this. Or this. This fucks. Again, is this an army set or is it just like, yeah, this is an army set, not the spearhead. Again, really tempted to get into Age of Sigmar with this. Really tempted. But I don't know that I should really. But I'm very, yes, the Chorfs are back. I really like them, like genuinely. I think they're fantastic. I think that these guys are all fantastic sculpts. One thing I want to figure out. These are a dual build kit. You can tell because the legs are the same. This guy is that one. This guy is that one, and this guy is that one. Yeah. I'm very tempted. I just started Cathay though. I just started Cathay. I need to get Cathay done. I've already committed to a Horus Heresy project. And then maybe by the time I've actually finished both of those, this will come out and then I can do it. I'm very tempted, chat. I'm very tempted. Very tempted. Very tempted. Very tempted. But yeah, Hengast, if you want to ask me for a chapter for a kill team, put me down for either Cowled Wardens or if someone's taken that, Sons of the Phoenix. But Cald Wardens are my thing. Comes with Spearhead rules. Oh. Okay, so I guess it is the Spearhead. That's a lot of minis for Spearhead. A lot of minis for Spearhead. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. Chat, I gotta be real with you. I know you wanted me to paint. I wanted to paint. But the reality is, I've been up since 5 a.m. I wasn't even meant to stream today. I wasn't even planning to stream today. I didn't know that this fucking reveal show was happening. But then I just had it in my idea to see if you guys would want it. And, yeah. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm very tired. Well, this was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Like, the whole reveal show, I think, is kind of cool. I liked getting to share that with you guys. But I like being able to give proper commentary after the fact. I feel like that's a much better thing. Oh, but I feel bad about not painting. I don't think I can do it, chat. I don't think I can. But we will work on stuff on Tuesday, I swear to God. And we'll do some off-stream stuff as well. We'll hang out on Discord and paint. I need to get through more stuff. I swear to God, it's happening. It's happening, chat. Oh, I don't like being tired like this. I don't like being tired like this, but yeah. Yeah. Ooh, what do we want to do? Who do we want to raid into? You know, we should raid into Vex. We never raid into Vex. Usually, like, he raids into us. He's just a little guy. I will fix my spine. I will fix my spine. But thank you all so much, chat. I'm sorry we're ending so soon. I hope that you enjoyed it. It's very different kind of stuff to what we normally do. It's very different. I might not go straight to sleep. I might potter around and do some stuff, but like, yeah. Maybe we'll hang out. Maybe we'll chill in Discord for a bit or something. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, okay? Tomorrow, I've got, disappointed in no John Warhammer Mini. Lol. I've got a Night Rain collab tomorrow with Gator and Pink. Then on Sunday, I think we'll do some Dark Tide with chat. Yeah? But yeah. Hope you all have a wonderful day or night, okay? Moi? Moi?